What's up, y'all?
What's up?
Fucking
Happy Thursday.
It is Thursday. We are back. The Mind Your Manners podcast. Chef Tanya Nicole, Mr. DL, Indo Joe.
That'd be me.
We're representing for Jam Master Jay today. Finally got some justice, maybe, in his case.
Absolutely.
No longer a cold case. Shout out to everybody in the chat.
Nice.
We're going to get to you. Sticky Fingaz from Onyx is going to call in via Zoom today.
Very
Talk
exciting.
about who put him on in rap was Jam Master Jay. I don't know if you guys know that. I'm sure a lot of you do know that, but Onyx was put on by Jam Master Jay as well as 50 Cent, you know, so
we're going to find out more about that. Since we're going to talk about some of hip-hop's legends and crime, violence, and how
we're not only going to talk about Jam Master Jay. We're going to talk about a lot of the unsolved murders in hip-hop and even some of the solved ones, but we're going to talk about everything. You know, for all you fanatics out there, we'll get into Biggie, we'll get into Tupac. Shout out to everybody in the chat. A lot of chat going on right now.
Yeah, I really want to hear about everybody's conspiracy theories, or not conspiracy theories, but the theories. What do you think happened? Because there's a lot of going on.
Who do you think's going to get solved next?
Yeah,
exactly.
You know?
Or hopefully, do we think that crime in the hip-hop community is going down? Is it going to be solved? Again, things for you to marinate your brain in, because we're going to be talking about them. And if we happen to forget, let us know. Remind us.
Before we go on, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe and ring the bell so you'll never miss the Mind Your Manners podcast. And if somehow we get kicked offline or something, we'll come back on and you'll get that notification so we can finish our show.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I want to say hi to people in the chat. Crazy Thora the Third says, "Yeah, nah, bitch in the house. What up, fam?" Richard Bogart says, "Peace, DL. What up, Joe?" DJ Big Red, "Hey guys, peace." Brockton Rap, "I'm here on time. Yay!" From New Hampshire, somewhere. Shh. He on the download location. Quarantine Cody says, "What's up, dogs? Good to see everyone." Liza Johnson, or is it Liza? I think it's Liza Johnson. She gives a little, I don't know if that's a clap or a, I'm not really sure what that is. It kind
If you don't know, Mind Your Manners.
I hope it's not the clap.
Mind Your Manners.
We also have Brian M. looking real tricky. D-Dub says, "R.I.P. Jam Master J. Salute to the ill-mannered family."
Who says that?
D-Dub.
What's
What's up, D-Dub?
D-Dub, that's
Robin Millett says, "What up, guys?" And D-Dub says he loves the hat and glasses. Dope tribute. Thank you very much. Brian M says, "Yup, JMJ Records." So, hello to everybody in the chat. Thank you for joining us again. Our usual Thursday night. Like Mr. DL said, we're talking about Jam Master Jay. We're talking about crime and hip hop. We're talking about legacy. We're talking about all of that. Because I think that when someone passes in hip hop, that's all encompassing.
Yeah.
You know?
Sometimes it's cut too short too. Like I mean, Biggie was cut short, but we had, 2.5 great albums.
Yeah. Half, what was the half?
The half was that Born Again shit. That was all like reused shit, and, like verses that he didn't want. You know what I mean? But we still got it was decent. We got some.
Are we
new
gonna
shit.
get into it? What do you say?
I'm just gonna roll this joint, but I think we should get into it.
I'm waiting for you guys to.
So Jam Master Jay, obviously of the legendary Run DMC, we got some Run DMC stuff in the back, was unfortunately killed in 2002 on my birthday, on my 22nd birthday. And it was just one of those things where it just hit so hard, it hit so close to home because although I only met the man once, I felt like I knew him.
Well, I mean, you grew up with his music.
Yeah, I felt like I knew the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think very integral part of just hip hop history.
Yeah.
Like just the way he spin records, like no one did it like him. Like everyone said, like legit, he was one of the best. Mm-hmm. Like if you had to think of like top 5 DJs, I don't know how you could leave him off the list at all.
I don't think people really do leave him off the list. Maybe they do. I'd have to ask people their favorite 5 DJs. That's a good question.
I don't know, but you can't leave him off the list.
Yeah.
He's like a pioneer, an originator. You can't leave an originator and still making marks,
Yeah.
Still the youth of today know who he is.
Well, he set I feel like he set the tone for fashion in hip hop. Like he definitely set the tone for fashion for Run DMC.
Yeah.
But I think, not that people still wear shoes with the laces without the laces and this and that, but that is still respected.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
he's why Michael Jordan wanted that Adidas contract.
Exactly.
They're people still dress like them for Halloween too.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we dressing like them right now.
I
Well,
think
I'm just saying, you know what I mean?
Like very
That's a
defined with
go-to
hip-hop.
Halloween costume if you don't want to be really uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It's automatically recognizable. You're
Yeah,
gonna
just
know.
Adidas
If
tracksuit.
it's like we're a three crew. You know what I mean? So it's like. Last
threesome.
year I wanted to be the Three Stooges, but Tanya didn't want to have the bald spot with the curly hair.
That is not
Larry.
true. I love me some Three Stooges.
That's so funny.
I would have rather been curly though.
Yeah, see, he's already bald. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You would have had the bald spot with the curly hair for Larry, and then I could have been Mo with the.
I don't know. That might be sexy. You could try that this year.
No,
Please hit that like button. Please subscribe.
no sexy with my
Please-
Three Stooges, please.
Please share. Please leave a comment. Let us know how you're doing. Here, spark this joint up, babe. Let them know we're smoking on that Mac 1 today.
Mac
Shout out to
one.
everybody in the chat, man. Ace, what's up? DJ Big Red is
Mac
back.
Daddy.
Charlie Digital says, you guys want to talk about crime and hip-hop? Let's talk about current hip-hop.
Oh, so
That's a good one.
that goes to my first comment
shot
that I
glass?
said that.
Nope.
Do we think there's more crime in hip hop now, or do we think that there was more crime in hip hop back in the day in the 90s,
I
like
think
in the
there's
80s and the 90s?
I
What
don't
do you
know.
think?
I think there's probably more now. Crime?
80s, I'd say no.
Crime is one thing. Violence would be part two.
I'd say crime more now. More crime. I feel a lot of people sell drugs now. A lot of people back in the day used to pretend they sold drugs in their
Yeah.
raps. But I feel like a lot of people sell drugs now because they're not making the money they made on their records as they used to make. So now,
they need to live up to that lifestyle.
I got shout out to Nah Bitch in the chat. You won something and you never claimed it, Nah Bitch. So you got a marijuana pipe to smoke a marijuana in, and that is coming your way once you inbox us your information. But what was I saying? I was making
You're
a good
talking
point.
about crime in hip hop.
Yeah, like
versus
nowadays,
violence. You think
you know,
there's more crime?
Back in the day, rappers used to make more money, I feel, especially off their records because people used to buy records.
That's
So now it's like, oh, I'm touring. I'm touring Cincinnati tonight. Maybe I'll sell these pills to this fan that I know, make a little extra money. Like I feel like that shit happens a lot.
You don't think they have more ownership of their music now, so they're making more money? And also
Nah.
like a group like Griselda, where they have like their clothing line. So the clothing line helps them obviously make money. It's
Yeah.
not just the music.
I don't know, but that's few and far between. That Griselda shit is everyone doesn't have that success. You know what I'm saying? As far as their merch, like a lot of people don't really have merch. They got cheesy merch.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
T-shirts.
Yeah.
So you say you
Yeah.
think nowadays in hip hop there are more people supplementing their income with illegal activities. I don't want to say crime.
I'm not trying to throw everyone under the bus, but I feel like that.
Well, there's a lot of rappers out there, so I don't think you're throwing anybody legit underneath. I mean, not legit, but
you
I
gotta
don't
get a
think
little
you're-
closer to the mic.
I don't think you're saying. I don't think you're saying anybody's names. I'm
Yeah,
just saying
no, I feel it.
overall, you think more people, hip hop or not, are supplementing their income. They're trying to hustle.
Yeah.
Especially with social media, you gotta live up to that lifestyle. Like you gotta be flossing. You gotta be like I can't remember who it was. They were clowning on him for driving an old car, but it was a dope ass whip. You know?
Oh
what
yeah,
I
it was a
mean?
Ferrari. Yeah,
they were
50 Cent was
clowning
clouded
on him or
out.
something like. And Tom Brady just got clowned on because he had an iPhone 6. Remember, like people are like, dude, get with the times, but it's like, I don't have an iPhone. You know.
Not only that, but like,
I'd love to have an iPhone 6.
does Tom Brady really need to use his phone all that much? Like, and
I'm
like,
sure he has a
does he really need the what is it, the X or the 11? Like,
Yeah, I got the X. I'm cool. I got the XR.
oh, I'm not cool. I got the 7, and
got
I'm
the XR.
okay with it
my
because
cool girlfriend bought it for me.
my 11 would do
I
the
got a
same
fucking
thing as my
Nokia.
7. Okay, so but like I get that. Like, just because you're rich doesn't mean that I expect you to have the latest shit. Maybe you're using your money for something else.
Robin in the chat says you have to have some sort of side hustle to survive.
You do. You really do.
I think so. Especially hasn't the 2000s taught us that you can't predict anything.
Yeah.
Like anything can happen, whether
Sure,
it's a
dude.
real estate crash or like
Y2K.
you got to have that extra hustle because you
Well-
don't know what's gonna happen.
Bong Loaded says Android for the win. Make sure you guys please hit that like button. Please share. Please subscribe. Let people know they're going to win some cool stuff tonight
Come
on the
on,
Mind
be
Your
the
Manners
little
podcast.
cheaper
We're going to
hop.
smoke. We're going to talk about some hip hop. We talked about hip hop last week, but we have a little different angle this week.
Listen, you got to
Kurt
be
Angle?
a boss.
A little Kurt Angle this
you
week.
got to be a boss.
Like I said, thanks for subscribing, Bong Loaded. Like I said, we're going to have Sticky Fingers call in tonight via Zoom. I'm not sure when we're going to text him. We'll text him shortly. We'll text him in a little while. We'll get into this, then we'll text him.
Absolutely.
He really doesn't want to talk about Jam Master Jay too much.
Never does.
If you look at his interviews, he's always asked about it, and he always, will push the question aside or push it to Fredro.
Yeah, just flat out say, nah, I don't want to talk about that.
So, we're not sure what we're going to talk to him about tonight, but you should go check out his song. He has a tribute to Jam Master Jay. It's on YouTube. You shouldn't check it out right now.
Yeah, that's just dope.
But when the podcast is over, you can go check out his thing right there. What did you think about this, Chef Tanya? Bring us to where you were do you remember this happening?
I remember when it happened.
Uh-huh.
I was living in New York already because I had already graduated college. So I was actually working in Jersey actually.
Uh-huh.
The breaks.
But I remember when it happened, I just kept saying like, nah, like it's
That's what I
like
said, too.
You know how like when people April Fool come around, you just know there's just mad bullshit in the air.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I was just like, that's not true. And people are like, no, I heard it on the radio. I'm like, please stop. That is for what?
Yeah.
Like who's gonna kill him?
Yeah,
Stop.
that's
Exactly.
what I'm saying,
Like
dude.
I think he had such the group as a whole, but especially like he has such a wholesome image in the sense that like he was really in the community. He was always trying to help his people. Really, at that point, I don't think anybody had ever said a bad word about it. I mean, there's always rap beef, but there wasn't really any rap beef like that was seriously like that. Not in 2002 with Run DMC. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you told me when they first came out, I would believe you. But like, it was just such a shock. I think it was just not that the others weren't a shock, but that one was just
no, to me that was a shock.
I was like, I didn't think he was in any
life,
kind of life.
Apparently,
Apparently
he
we'll
was,
talk about it, but like he wasn't living that life to the public.
To the public.
Yeah. We didn't think that.
Yeah, we'll get there, but that's one thing you can.
Personally, when I heard it, I thought because someone was like, "Yo, he got murdered," and I'm like, no, it must have been like a car accident.
Like a robbery.
Yeah.
Or something.
No, I didn't.
Like
I just didn't even expect murder. I was just like, it must have been a car accident or some sort of heart attack. Or they were like, no, he got shot. He got murdered, dude. And I'm like, Jam Master Jay, dude.
Yeah.
Like, it was such a shock, dude. Like
there's things that should be off limits.
Yeah, exactly. Dude.
Like
certain people that should be off limits.
All right. Okay, whatever you're doing,
you don't kill people on Sunday because of church, man.
Yeah, whatever you're doing, I don't know, man. There's people who should be off limits unless they do something really bad, and if it's just for a come up, then it's really super fucking off limits.
That's super off limits.
I don't know. I think things like this, why it's so profound, is because we feel like people who are artists or icons or things are like untouchable, but in the reality, in the scheme of things, and I think in recent months we have all learned this, like we're all people. Like we think that nothing can happen to them.
Yeah.
So when it does, we're like, no.
Yeah.
Because for somehow in our brains we think that they're special, and they are special because of their talents. But as human beings, like it really teaches you like no one is safe from when it's time to go.
Yeah.
When your ticket is punched.
For years, I thought it was 50 Cent people that killed them, because like you had told me that like Jay had 50 under a contract and 50 wanted to sign with Aftermath and Shady.
Jay helped him get a deal, but
I'm saying like that's how we all thought that like
for
it
sure.
was 50s people.
We used to hate 50 Cent back in the day.
Yeah, because of that. We thought that like
full disclosure.
we thought that he was the because Jay was like you can go sign with Aftermath, but I own a piece of you, so I'm getting some of that money. And then like we figured that like, you know what I mean, like his people were like, no.
It's funny because
because that makes more sense than he was selling cocaine and cut somebody out of a deal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Exactly. Your exhale just put it perfectly right
50
there.
Cent.
It doesn't make sense, dude.
50 Cent actually got death threats that night and was in police not for police protection, but some sort of protection. Maybe it was his boys, maybe it was police. I don't know. We're gonna say it was police because we're gonna start that rumor right here on the Mind Your Manners podcast.
I don't even think it was police. I think from what I read,
it was 5-0.
No, I think it was the FBI.
That's
What do you
still
mean it was
police.
the FBI?
I thought he was being protected by the FBI.
Maybe.
Like they
Feds?
got called in. He was definitely under protection. I don't know if the feds or the cops.
Maybe
Okay.
maybe he had a
But someone
giant
was
condom.
protecting him because he had gotten death threats.
That's protection, right?
Hit that like button. Please subscribe. Ring the bell. Share it with your friends who might find it interesting. Maybe they'll win something tonight. Maybe you'll win something and give it to them because you think they're cool.
But it just goes to show you that when something like this happens, like any possible wrong or animosity that you have with another person is gonna come out, and automatically, of course, people are suspects. You know, like that wasn't the only story that came out. At first, they
What do
said
you
that.
At first, the street rumor, like that's the thing. It's like the news. The news is broadcasting street rumors on the news as facts, and they were like,
Right.
you know, Supreme killed him.
Yeah.
And then it was, you know, like I was saying, they're saying
Washington
some people
guy.
saying 50 Cent killed him. So it's like you can't broadcast shit on the news. That's why I want to say this before we really get into this tonight, that you're innocent until proven guilty.
Oh,
I have no
absolutely.
reason to
Absolutely.
like this guy or hate this guy. I mean,
No.
obviously hate this guy if he did it, but I have no ill intent against him. Prior to him fucking killing this guy.
Absolutely.
But you are innocent until proven guilty, and I just want to say that so we don't
Absolutely.
get sued.
No, and not only that, but
And if you are guilty, then
yeah, but it
sucks.
happens all the time. We've seen it happen over and over again. And that's my point. It's like anything that you've done in your life, if you had animosity, and let's say that person that you had animosity with passes away,
Yeah.
and it's an ugly situation, whether it's murder or attempted murder or kidnapping, whatever, someone might put your name in the hat and be like, well, 10 years ago, they were neighbors.
Let me say something though.
And they
If-
had a fight over a parking spot. Like, who knows? Like, stupid shit. And then you get called in. That's
Yeah.
just what happens. Like,
Let me say something though. If he was living the lifestyle, and he was like slanging, and then he got killed for it, that's the lifestyle. That's the price you pay for living.
is
In
definitely
the game, dude.
super unfortunate.
You have that. That's the reason why nobody. I mean, that everybody doesn't go sell coke and get.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because they're afraid to get shot. They're afraid to
Yeah,
get
I say
robbed.
this
they're
shit
afraid
all
to
the
get
time.
killed.
I
So
say-
I'm not saying that he was in the game. I'm not saying that he wasn't. But if he was, then I'm not saying it's justifiable. But
No, it's not justifiable. Yeah, I guess it is because you know what?
You live by the game. You live in the rules,
you
man.
chose to be in a game. I'm not saying it's justifiable, but you make an opinion, and yes, maybe people won't do something to you because you're Jam Master Jay, and maybe I got this I got a little leeway here. You know, I'm fucking Jam Master Jay. There could have been some of that going on.
We have no idea.
I don't know though. You know what I mean?
Like,
Like this guy could have just been a fucking sucker.
listen,
you know what I mean? Like,
it's
right.
been how many years, and now they're just trying to
18
like
years.
pull these people in together because the original scenario,
here, Sticky needs the number.
there were more than one person in that studio. That's just facts. People went in, and
Yeah, there
people
was
went out.
witnesses.
Yeah, let me cut
So-
you off, babe, so you can hit Sticky Fingers
Absolutely.
up. There's a documentary out. I think it's on Netflix. I'm not really sure where it is, but we
It
watched
is on
it,
Netflix.
and they break down the whole thing. This is before they arrested anybody. They break down the whole thing, and this is what you'd have to do to get from outside into Jam Master Jay's studio. And everyone's talking about, oh, you know, it was a setup, someone on the inside. It doesn't necessarily. That doesn't necessarily ring true, because check it out. Like if say I'm this guy, I'm a guy, and I hang around with Jam Master Jay, and I'm always in the studio with him. Why wouldn't you buzz me in if I was outside? You'd be like, oh, that's DL. He's always here. It's DL. I'm gonna buzz him in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So
Like,
that's why that's why they suspected it was somebody that they knew, because like you said, like why would you buzz him in if you didn't know him?
yeah,
So they obviously knew who he was. The receptionist obviously was either in on it or she knew who they were. Like, oh, these guys show up all the time. Of course I'm gonna, like you said, of course I'm gonna buzz DL. And
Yeah.
he's here every Thursday. Why wouldn't I buzz him in, dude? You know. But every Thursday you should be checking this podcast.
yeah. You should definitely be on the Mind Your Manners podcast. We're about to have Sticky Fingers call in a second.
But it's interesting because they did say, I was watching the old news reports, and the old news reports said that they forced.
Damn, I can't even promote that Sticky
their
Fingers
way-
is gonna call in
the-
because she got my phone
Yeah.
to call Sticky Fingers. It's all good. Don't worry about it.
Hold
We'll
on.
share it on the Clip channel. Make sure you watch the
That-
Mind Your Manners Clip channel.
that
You
guy
can
wa-
subscribe to it right now. It's out right now.
The guy Washington though, he was an original suspect, one of the original suspects from 2002.
You know, so that's just
So-
sad. You know, I'm never on the side of the police, but
Hell no.
like in this situation, I'm like, yeah, fuck those guys. I'm
The-
not really.
The only time I'm on the side of police is with
Yeah.
children shit. Because you shouldn't be fucking with any children shit. You should be taking care of kids. Not taking care of them, but you know what I mean.
Okay. I'm gonna wait.
Alexa. Hey,
Sorry,
Alexa.
I'm texting Sticky Fingers for the dead air. Sticky Fingers is about to call in right now. Sticky Fingers of
And
Onyx.
I'm just getting the Zoom ready, and
The dopest Jam Master J artist. What?
I'll put my face back on. Do you want me? I'll turn it over so that he can see y'all.
No, he's fine. He can
Once
see
he
you.
calls.
He ain't scared.
Took your face off?
It's not a big deal.
I don't think he's gonna be able to see us, but it's all good. That you're fucking with the mic, so maybe.
I'm getting in trouble. I'm getting in trouble.
No, you can move it, but
mic.
just don't kill the mic.
Yo, you're fucking with the mic.
Well, I think it's
So-
weird. I can move it over actually. It'll be all good.
So he'd call on the iPad right there. I'm all
Take
fucking.
your phone, sir.
I'm all weird with the Zoom. I don't really know how the Zoom works sometimes. I don't really ever use it.
It's
Tanya's
like
the Zoom.
FaceTime. It's not that serious.
Tanya's the Zoom queen. Let us know
love
in the
that.
chat though. If you want to super chat in a question for Sticky Fingers, you could also do that. But let us know in the chat what your favorite Sticky Fingers song was, or verse, feature. What was it? Let us know in the chat. Maybe we'll let them know.
Let them know.
Yeah, you heard.
But yeah, what is going on with the mic? Oh, that's you moving that. Here, check it out.
My bad.
Sorry, Joe. Let us know.
Oh shit! Oh, let them know what's in the mic.
I'm touching
You know what? While we're here, let me show you guys a new print that I'm working on.
Yeah, Joe, show him some art, and I'm gonna load up the Cypress Hill art Joe did yesterday while he does this.
Can
Let me know if you know what movie this is from.
He says
One
you
of
have to
my-
let him in a room.
One of my favorite movies, and Sticky Fingers makes a cameo in this movie.
As far as I know, this is Sticky Fingers' first movie.
Oh, I'm not sure.
This
This is one of my favorite movies.
It's
though.
either that.
I love this
I mean,
movie.
he's in Strapped. He doesn't have any lines. I mean,
we will have prints of these in a few weeks, so
Can you see him up there? We can't see him on the
in a
screen.
few
though.
weeks
Hold on.
we'll have some prints of those.
So Sticky Fingers is here, ladies and gentlemen, with
He's
the
here,
crazy mask on.
Come on in.
We're just waiting to put you up on the screen behind the stick. So Sticky Fingers has a new song. It's not a new song, but he has a song out right now, which is a dedication to Jam Master Jay. We're gonna show that in the background in a little bit. But
I'll let you know. You keep talking.
okay, so we're just getting it all set up in the background. Shout out to Cypress Hill again for sharing our feed. That is amazing to us.
We love you.
So Sticky Fingers is here, ladies and gentlemen. Can we hear you, Sticky? What's up?
What up?
Oh shit, you gotta turn them all the way up. There, perfect. So, what are you driving in the car? Looks like.
Nah, this car drive itself.
Oh shit,
He's living in the future.
he's living in the future.
I like it.
Let us know about this Jam Master J record that you got.
Well, basically, man, in his passing, I don't mourn death, man. We celebrate life.
Okay.
So the song's celebrate life, and it's dedicated to him, one of the most important people that was in my life. You know what I'm saying?
That's
My mentor, my brother, put me on. The record speaks for itself.
Yeah, word.
it does. Yeah, it is a great record. You guys really have to check it out. Me being a videographer, I really like the drone work in the video.
Of course,
So how?
it's my new.
What did you say? What was the last thing you said? Sorry.
Big up to Just G, who's singing the chorus on there. That's my new young artist. Oh shit. I just want to be the illest motherfucker ever, embody every MC that existed. So, and that's what I was doing and still doing. So
I will-
I was cocky and I think I was more realistic. You know what I'm saying?
I will give you that.
Yeah, it was, that's the chick from Run DMC. What you think? You know what I'm saying?
I know. I will give you that. You are rarely debated losing a record, like losing a verse against
Yeah,
somebody.
yeah.
I've only heard one.
What?
Oh
There ain't no really. Name one. Everybody. They don't want to wage war.
no, I'm
Wages not give you what you pay for. It's a building block. Turn the apartment to a house. Build it to a block.
I can't think of one off the top. The only one that's argued, I guess, is Big Pun. But I wonder if a lot of that has to do with his passing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, his verse was crazy on that record. We can't pretend that it wasn't. But I think you got him. I think that's your closest match in your career. What do you think? Who is the closest? Who do you think was the closest?
Mr. DL.
Don't say Onyx. Leave Onyx out of it.
The man in the mirror. Only. I'm very close to this nigga right here.
You heard it here first. Mind your manners.
You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Well, we really appreciate that you did this, man, to come on and talk to us about a Jam Master Jay. I know you really didn't want to, you didn't want to do it, but we had to get your opinion on it because without Jam Master Jay, what do you say?
So you owe big time now. You owe big time now.
But
all I talk about,
yeah,
it's a touchy situation inside my spirit. But we'll see what these new developments turn into. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
we will. But yeah, all right, we'll let you go because I know you're on the road. But we really appreciate you.
Yeah. I pulled over to talk to y'all.
We really appreciate you doing that, and I'll have some stuff for you tomorrow. The stuff that you're waiting on me for.
That's up. That's what's up.
Stay safe.
Thank you so much, man. Peace. Peace, man. Damn, that was crazy, man. That was Sticky Fingaz right there. It's one of my fucking idols right there. Like, straight up.
Yeah.
All because of that motherfucker. Where's the slam tape?
I don't know.
Is it behind you?
Excuse me.
That guy right there. Onyx and Cypress Hill, man. Busta Rhymes, Onyx, Cypress Hill, but really Sticky Fingaz and Cypress Hill.
Yeah.
I'd say really my career was inspired by Sticky Fingaz and DJ Muggs, because it was the beats originally that brought me in. I had to bring it on it, but for Onyx, it was like, dude, that was the
Yeah, because I remember
DJ Muggs was
like we used to imitate the raps, put on the tape and imitate the rap, and you'd never let me be Sticky Fingaz. No matter what.
Really?
No, yeah. You'd always be like, no, I'm Sticky. I'm like, damn, man, I want to be Sticky.
Hater.
We're back, the Mind Your Manners podcast. Tonight we're talking about unsolved murders in hip-hop. Rest in peace, Jam Master Jay. Rest in peace to Biggie. We're going to talk about everybody, man. Well, not everybody, but we're going to get into a lot of people.
Absolutely.
Biggie with Rap Snacks?
But,
R.I.P. Rap Snacks.
we're really talking about Jam Master Jay and how just this week it came out that they arrested the people who they think killed him.
Yeah.
So why don't you give us a little recap, babe, up until when Sticky Fingaz called in.
Well, according to the court papers that they filed, I think it was on the beginning of the week, Monday, they have two suspects that have been charged, Mr. Washington and Mr. Jordan. Both of them were armed. They broke into the studio, and then they one of them shot Jam Master Jay in the head. Another bystander got shot in the leg. And then, as we all know, the sad story is that Jam Master Jay died, immediately on the scene. So that's where we're at, I think...
So the guy that she's talking about that shot Jam Master Jay, allegedly, we like to say allegedly.
It's alleged.
Before we get shut down. Is this guy right here, who's seen here posing at the Jam Master Jay mural, wearing Jam Master Jay, a Run DMC shirt, and probably, I can't really see, probably wearing Adidas.
He's being charged with it.
They're both being charged.
That's what
now this guy's some sort of
yet.
this guy's some sort of rapper and actor. He has some web show or something.
Well,
that's Carl.
We were reading some of the posts, and
Junior,
they were like,
the other guy's Ronald Washington, who's in jail.
Every anniversary, he would say, put a post out saying, "Oh, I remember driving around with Jay, all this shit," and it's like, I mean, I guess if you're trying to hide the fact that you did it, what better way to blatantly talk about you love the guy?
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Speaking of that, like, all right, I just want to read.
If you murder your wife,
I want to read something to you guys.
Gonna say you loved her.
I don't have my glasses on, but I'm going to try to read this.
Uh-oh.
There we go. So this is that guy I just showed you. This is his.
That's Carl Jordan Jr.
That is his Instagram page where he posted. He always posts all these things to Jam Master Jay. I haven't put it there yet. Post all these loving things to Jam Master Jay. Oh, happy birthday, this and that. Shout out to Scott Stella in the chat. Richard Beauregard, Mike Platt. We are back. Make sure you're on YouTube. If you're on Facebook, we are on the Mind Your Manners podcast page right now tonight. So if you're trying to watch it on Facebook for some reason, go over there and watch it there. So this is what he had to say. I'm going to put it up here so you guys can read it with me. He said, #JMJ. You're loved and missed. 14 years later, we still honor your legacy. United we stand, divided we fall. Queens is one of the most I guess there's an expletive there. Burrows. Shake my head. Instead of taking notes and watching a legend and learning how to become one, they rather blank one and blank the dreams of him and the people who believe in him.
Damn,
Shake
they
my
blanked
head.
him?
Yeah, they blanked him tough. Shake my head, he says. I sit back and watch people say how real a blank they are, and I watch them do anything for fame. So it doesn't matter what y'all do with the flesh. With the flesh, legends never die. I don't know why die is blurred there. It's kind of crazy. Regardless who loves you and who doesn't, only you can stop you from being a legend.
Only you can prevent forest fires.
Most legends don't even know it. Most legends don't even know it there, just doing what they feel is right. Thing I love. Jeez. Legend and all. This guy's a rapper. And, I hope he's a mumble rapper. Legend and all fallen soldiers who had a good cause. Bless up. Hashtag JamMasterJ. Hashtag Hollis Ave. Hashtag Hollis. Oh my God. So, yeah. I don't know. I thought that shit was kind of crazy.
Yeah, but you got to see what comes out, because when this happened, he was like young. Like, I think he was 17 and the other guy was like 37, like 20 years his senior.
Yeah, the other guy's like 60 now.
So I'm not saying that he didn't have a part in it, but like, was it one of those situations where he just like, he was like, oh, come with me to do this thing, and he don't even know what's going on?
Yeah.
Like, and he's just like, I just need you to have my back. Mm-hmm. And then next thing you know, he's like, holy shit, what did just happen? Again, I don't know. I know that they have been arrested and they have been accused of this. Yeah. It's also been said that.
Wait, hold on. What were you gonna say, Joe, about that? What she was saying?
When you first told me about, because I don't listen to the news that much, but you told me that they arrested these guys. Like,
yeah, and no, Joe didn't even know.
Yeah, the shit was crazy. Like, oh man, I don't know. I forgot my train of thought now.
Marijuana affects the memory, ladies and gentlemen.
The shot. All I thought about was shot. I was like, oh, I didn't do one. I want to do one.
Marijuana affects the memory, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah.
Oh, I remember now. All I thought was somebody was snitching, because, like you said, when he got killed, there were people in the studio there. They obviously it wasn't that huge of a studio. Like, people saw what happened. They saw who did it, and they just didn't say anything because you don't snitch. You know what I mean? That's just the rules. But obviously, somebody that saw something. Yeah.
Or they could have said, if you say something, I know you.
Well, no, they got caught. They got caught with some coke. They got caught with something, and they go, hey, well, if I tell you something, and will you get me off this? And they say, yeah, and they go, hey, well, I know this and this and this.
I keep fixing my glasses like they're my real glasses.
That's hilarious.
And I keep playing like, damn, I gotta squint. I'm like, oh shit, I don't have my real glasses on.
There's so many scenarios that could have led to people finally talking. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe the people that were threatening them, they're no longer around.
Yeah, that's true.
So they felt comfortable, like, oh, I need to get this, like, I need to be able to, like, settle this.
Yeah.
Or, like you said, maybe other people got caught on some other stuff, and they wanted to, like, decrease their time, so they were like, oh, okay, well, I know this information. Like, you don't know. Time is a funny thing.
Do the time, man.
It could have been someone who did it and just felt guilty and was just like, I need to tell them that I did this. I mean, eventually we will find out in the court papers.
Yeah.
Or at least a version of a story.
I hope so, yeah. We tried to watch some of the news, the actual news, and it was a 3-minute clip. And the guy must have said that he was selling coke 6-7 times.
Yeah, he just kept saying
I was getting angry. I'm like, bro, can you shut this off? I don't even want to watch this shit anymore, dude. This is so biased, dude. I'm can I get like some of the info? I'm trying to get info here.
Be like,
all
yes,
you're telling me is that he was a coke dealer.
He was selling coke.
He bought fucking 10 kilos of coke. Coke. He was a coke dealer. He was bringing coke to Baltimore and other places. Oh, did you know that he sold coke? Hey, coke. And I was just like, God, give me some fucking info. You're their nose. Tell me what happened.
Scott Stella in the chat says Indo Joe only wears his glasses to roll weed up.
I do. Absolutely right. Or do a dab.
So if you guys are watching, thank you. Please hit that like button. Please subscribe. Tell a friend. Share it. Tell them we're live. We're about to do a giveaway. Sticky Fingaz just called in. We have it recorded. Don't worry. You can see it tomorrow on the Mind Your Manners clip channel. You can see the whole interview with Sticky Fingaz tomorrow on the clip channel. It's a separate channel than this channel. It's dedicated just to short clips from the show.
It's clip, not clit.
It's not Clit. It's not Clit
a
channel.
P.
That's another
different
channel.
With
That's
a
another.
clip with a P.
That's another
Mind
channel.
your manners.
Never mind. So you guys go check that out. So what do you want to talk about next, man? What do you about Jam Master Jay? Because I got a whole list here of things that I wanted to bring up.
I mean, there's so much stuff.
We already talked about this guy, the murderer, being in jail. You mentioned him. The second one.
Ronald
being in
Washington,
jail.
he's already in jail. He's 56. He's currently in federal prison, sentenced for 6 robberies.
Right?
So he has a history of robberies. Who called in earlier via Zoom? Boom.
Called in earlier
He
via
said
Zoom
it in the beginning.
for the pot holder to hold your pot with.
It's a pot holder for your
holder, I get
pot
it.
infused.
That's our first
edibles.
giveaway. We got a bunch of giveaways, but that's our first giveaway tonight. I'm gonna put that right there because I don't want to hold it anymore.
Who's got it in the chat?
Who was
Who
our
called
guest
us via
that called
Zoom?
in via Zoom? We're starting them off with the easy questions. But tonight we are talking about the about Jam Master Jay and his case finally having a
Suspect.
Suspect.
Arrested. Because he's only arrested and being charged with there are 2 of them. One's already in jail, and they're being charged with the murder of Jam Master Jay. So they're not fully. They're just being charged.
Yeah.
They're not the murderers yet. So do you think the trial will be aired like OJ was?
no.
No, you don't think?
No, it's not that big.
Well, no, but isn't
It should be that big, but it's
isn't
not that
Core
big.
TV still a thing though?
Yeah, I doubt they'll pick this up. though.
No, damn, huh? I'd watch
I mean,
it.
just think they ain't even really shit on YouTube. We had to really search hard to find like information, or this and that.
That's true. We kept finding like shit from like 09. I'm like, dude, no, it's not 2009.
But you're watching the Mind Your Manners podcast. We already gave one thing away tonight. We gave away this marijuana oven mitt so you can go and bake some goodies at your house.
Goodies.
If you won that, I hope you sent your information to the chat. So yeah, man, it's
some
just
other cool shit to give
I
away
keep
there.
losing my phone, which has my notes on it.
I'm sorry.
It's
I was
okay.
making sure that our next.
So do you think that the whole
Do
media?
you think it's serious?
Do you think the whole media putting such a focus on him selling cocaine
That shit aggravating.
will hurt his legacy? What do you think, babe?
No.
No, that doesn't change what he did for the
right.
music world, for the rap industry, for the hip hop world, for fashion. Everything he contributed with artists that he introduced us to,
Yeah, for sure,
that
yeah.
he inspired.
Yeah.
You can't take that away from him. That doesn't make him less of the icon that he was.
Yeah.
And also, while he may have bought 10 kilos allegedly for whatever he was going to do with it,
Yep. He might have been snorting it.
we never, at least in the
Mind your
public eye,
manners.
we never
Well, he
saw
might have
that
been a
side
raging
of
cokehead.
him. We never saw negative sides to him.
Yeah, that's one thing, crazy thing
And
about it. It's like you don't believe it. You're like, what? Nah.
I mean, everyone may have something in their past that it wasn't that, maybe it's not as extreme
Well,
as that, but
let me say
like
this.
he was trying to
They
provide
did-
for his family,
they-
I
they-
imagine.
They have always made a big deal about Jam Master Jay being the OG of the hood when they
That
were
is
growing
true.
up, and he was this guy, he was that, he was the guy who had all the money, he had all the bitches, he had all the all the fresh gear, the chains, this and that.
Yeah.
So I
Maybe
guess it's
like-
not too far fetched. You just look at him as Jam Master Jay, the DJ. You don't look at him as a person.
Well, maybe
You know what
like
I mean?
a lot of other rap artists, they also started their careers in the streets hustling, and
right.
however they hustled provided that
Jay-Z.
money for, exactly a rap
see that.
career.
But I got it. Like Jay can never do anything wrong in my book because he gave me that Onyx shit. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, we just had Sticky Fingers on the show,
that
actually.
whole story about
Been to the
like
show.
where they like Big DS, Suave, Sonny Caesar, and Fredro were recording all this shit, and then DS and Suave weren't there, so Fredro was like, "Yo," he was Tropic at the time. He was like, "Yo, let's lay some tracks. We got the studio book. Let's lay some tracks." And they did that Stick and Move shit, which was one of my favorite tracks. I love that Stick and Move
Yeah.
shit. And then
Oh, we got next guest coming in.
he goes, Jam Master Jay picks him up, And he's like, play that tape. And he's like, no, I don't like any of this shit. And then they played that stick movie. He goes, yo, I need 12 of these.
It's not that, I don't think.
I need 13s at least. No, but
I think he liked it.
He was like,
he just didn't like it anymore after after he heard that new shit. He was like, nah, I don't like that shit.
Nah. He was like, I want 13 of these.
So we got our next guest coming in. Looks like he's by a campfire.
Yeah, he has a romantic red light on him.
Hell yeah. Yo, look at that.
Oh man, he's burning like us.
Oh shit.
He's different. Yeah. He's burning something else.
It down. Hey, is that Philip Waters?
That is Philip Waters from a sea of green.
He had an awkward view of me.
A Sea of Green and the Weekend Warriors.
Is that Johnny Jameson too?
And the Weekend Warriors season 2 coming soon on Amazon Prime. Go watch season 1 right now. So what's up, man? How you doing? What do you think about this whole Jam Master Jay shit? Are you surprised?
Nah, because with the way it went down, it's usually somebody close to the cipher. It wasn't random.
Yeah.
Somebody close to the cipher. It wasn't random. I mean, but I was listening to Endo Joe earlier where he kept his glasses on to roll something up. And he was saying, like, there was so many people in there. There was so many people in that room. And then Tanya made a good point. Like, go ahead and say something, I'll kill you.
Exactly.
But also, like, the assumption is that some crazy shit went down. Whether, and Endo Joe's right. Like, if you watch, like, any news show, they're like, cocaine, Jam Master Jay, cocaine, nah, awesome. Yeah. Like, regardless of anything, but they want to push the cocaine factor, like, oh my God, there was a celebrity, doing this in A, B, and C. Like, it definitely was somebody close. And Tanya, you made a good point with that young boy that was involved, man. That's a young boy, like, and he's doing, rest in peace to Jam Master Jay. He could have been in the wrong place at the wrong time, or not.
Or not.
We don't know, but, or not, exactly. So we
don't know.
It is somebody close, because you got to be that close to get into that studio. Remember what they said? Dude. I watched all the specials and shit on it. Like, you had to be buzzed in.
You ain't getting into this studio unless we know you. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You ain't walking into this studio unless I know you. You know what I mean? Unless I've met you outside of this studio and we've hung. Or I know you're coming here for an interview.
I've been to 100. I've been to 1,000 studios. You get buzzed in. I could get buzzed into any studio right now. Right now, I could get buzzed in. Even if I don't even know anyone there, I could just be like, talk to a rapper outside and be like, hey, man, I'm Mr. DL. I did this Redman video. You should check it out. Fuck, I do videos, man. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, I'm in the studio.
Yeah, they can Google you,
I'm in the studio.
Yeah, but here's the thing is, there's also video cameras, and what the hell happened there? And there was also everybody who said, oh, I didn't know what they looked like. So if you get in the studio,
that's a good
know what you look like.
Yeah. That's a good point I wanted to bring up is, were these guys wearing masks? Because is that why everyone's saying they don't know? Or are they just scared? Or they're from a place where you definitely can't tell? But I'm not a fan of snitching, and I probably wouldn't snitch either, I bet. But fucking, that's Jam Master Jay, man. That's fucking Jam Master Jay.
You don't know what you're gonna do until you're in that
position.
I think you don't know what you're gonna do until you're in that position.
Well, you know what you should do.
Missionary?
If you're the type of guy who's like Jam Master Jay, you're doing 10-kilo deals with Jam Master Jay. You're getting bread, man. You got money, okay? Yeah. So why don't you say, hey, Jam Master Jay,
allegedly,
man? Why don't here's a little something for you. I know people don't buy CDs anymore because of Napster, man. It's 2002 and Napster's killing you. Here's a little money, man. Here's a little money for you. Why couldn't it have been that?
No.
Was it a bad record deal? No publishing? What was it? Because Run seems fine. DMC don't seem like he's balling, but his comic book career has kept him financially alive and relevant.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, what is it about? What happened with Jam Master Jay?
Did he all sign bad deals?
Did he not own his publishing? Like you own the King of Rock. The King of Rock. There is none higher. Like, that's in Mad Movies. Like, there's checks coming from that song still.
Whoever owns it.
Dude, my Adidas. The royalties for my Adidas
at
home.
Yeah, there you go. That's even a better example.
Right here.
Yeah, we have the Jam Master Jay official Adidas. How many are these, Joe?
There's only 5,000 of those.
We're giving these away on the Mind Your Ass podcast.
I'm gonna smack the shit out of you.
If you can guess Joe's weight to the ounce.
Well, that's perfect. No. Perfect, because I don't even know.
Do I get a guess?
Yeah, let me get a guess.
157.
Nope.
Oh, he lost. That was everyone's guess.
No matter what anybody guesses,
that was a community guess.
I'm not giving those away.
He said no matter what anybody says.
That was a community guess. So everyone in the chat, you can't even guess it. So
Offering these shoes. I don't even know what they're worth anymore.
I a lot.
So let me just
Nothing,
go in.
I'd never
Let me
give
just
those
go into
away.
my notes real quick.
Those are like they're size 12. I'm size 11, but I'd still put those on in my casket. I'd be like, fucking you.
Endo Joe.
You bastards ain't getting them. You bastards ain't getting them. I'm taking them
we
with
didn't
me.
hear what you said.
What do you say?
I said I'll put some socks in the front, curl them up, make them fit.
So what do you think
Yeah,
about
exactly.
what do you think about the police basically knowing who did this for 18 years, but they couldn't do nothing because no one would come forward?
Yeah, there's no evidence.
Like this could have been over
No
for this
physical evidence.
family. I feel weird talking about people helping the police. I'm
No,
going to say that on the
yeah,
Mind Your Manners
yeah.
podcast.
Mind your manners.
But what do you think about that? Like, you know, people
There's
have
a code. There's a code.
There is.
Regardless of police saying anything, there's a code.
There is.
And if you take the code to not say anything, you take the code.
But isn't it true? Like, if you're in the game, you take the code. But if you're just like somebody that works at the place, at the studio,
Yeah.
and you're just I don't want to say, but like,
Yeah, but see, they-
you're the janitor. You know what I'm
They
saying?
must have got threatened.
Like,
though,
It's
you know?
crazy.
of course, I'm not
Yeah.
saying they didn't get threatened.
Yeah.
I'm just saying those people. Are you just like not saying anything because you're scared?
Yeah.
Right? Because
For
like
sure,
it can't
yeah.
be because you're not a snitch because you're not in the game.
Yeah. Leave a comment in the chat. Let us know what your opinion on this, and hit that like button.
Let us know what your opinion on the rap.
Like,
snap.
subscribe.
It's funny that you said
Notification.
that. I just had a conversation today, not even about Jam Master Jay, about snitching, and I was like, yo, civilians aren't snitches because they don't take the code.
Exactly.
I said that last week on the podcast. I'll send
100%.
you the link.
Facts.
100%
Yeah.
right.
If you haven't
They're just
watched it,
not.
check it out.
If you're a civilian, like, and you shouldn't get repercussion for telling on somebody.
You mean from the streets?
Yeah, exactly. Because you're not part of the streets. Like, you saw your wife get murdered, like, and you tell who it was, like
Not even that.
Yeah,
To
like, you
me,
just,
it's as much as if you're not living by that code. If a kid throws a pebble, you can call the cops. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, you're right.
You can call the cops wherever you want.
But the other end of that, D, is like word to Ricky Stella, the dude who impregnated my mom to give birth to me, always said, "Don't be a tattletale, don't snitch, don't be a rat."
That's what I was
Like,
brought up
That's
with.
instilled to me, and,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I mean, listen, I ain't selling kilos of coke.
I like what
But
Alias
also-
said there. We're gonna use that as a soundbite, but it's true. The same what you just said. Learning not to tattletale, and learning not to cross the street were like two of the
That
first
was
things you
the-
ever really
the
learned.
First shit you learned, dude.
Well-
I got the shit kicked out of me because, like, the first time I tattled when I was like 6 years old, and then that was it, dude. And then all I got was tattled on from my brother, and I just knew you don't tattle. I always took it as this: do you want someone tattling on you? Then shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? Shut the fuck up.
Are you surprised that the news? Are you surprised that this just isn't a cold case forever?
Yeah, absolutely.
Me too.
Why not? Like, so Jam Master Jay, yo, Biggie and Tupac's murders is
Older.
cold as shit.
Yeah, they're older.
Yeah, that shit's an icebox.
Yeah.
Yeah, but a lot of stuff has
Ice
come
Age.
out of that. But we'll talk about that a little later.
Yeah, we'll get into that.
We're gonna get into that.
But I my
what
Jam
I
Master
wanted to
Jay
say
notes. Go ahead,
was, do you think that it's because people don't have manners, or do you think
Mind your manners.
people don't
Damn it.
follow a code anymore? Both the street and at home. At home, it's manners, and in the
Mind your manners.
streets, do you think people have a code anymore? Like, are people tight like that? Like,
Not the same.
other than
I
being
don't know.
other than being maybe in a gang, mind your manners. Like, is there a code in the streets? Do we have manners? Like what's going on?
Well, like, Tekashi
That
made
code
it
is
cool.
different because Tekashi 6ix9ine can still sell records.
See, exactly. That's what I just said. Tekashi made it cool,
The code
so
is
people
changed.
are like, "Fuck
There's
it."
no way about it. I mean,
Damn it.
I feel like the code has changed since Sammy the Bull Gravano.
Yeah. The kids. Yeah. They're not.
They're not afraid
I mean,
to do it anymore.
They're not obligated to live up to how we grew up or how
Yeah.
we think. You know, I don't agree with what they're doing and stuff, but
They're not afraid to do it anymore.
they're also from a generation where you're not really allowed to have bullies and you're not really allowed to say anything negative about people. So telling on someone when
Everybody gets a
when they're
ribbon.
doing something bad isn't as, you know, it's a good thing to them, I think.
Yo, listen.
I don't know.
I literally make bets on the first 48. I'm like, this dude's gonna snitch. Bet you $5. First 48 is a prime example. Dude be like, yeah, I don't give a, I ain't saying nothing. By the end of the episode, he's like,
He tells everything.
John did it.
Yeah.
It was John. John, his wife, did it.
It was
I'm sorry.
John and his wife.
And he tells you exactly how.
And all they did was go, come
Exactly
on.
how, and then he gives you the weapon. It's down by the crate.
It's like Clue. He puts everything in the envelope.
Yeah, absolutely. He was like, it was Colonel Mustard in the library with the pipe.
With the pipe. He
That's
had the
so
pipe.
funny.
And he hit it twice.
Yeah.
It was the pipe. Now I want to play Clue.
But that's literally, watch the first 48. Dudes walk in there, and they're like, oh, this guy's been in jail. He's done 7 years.
So
And he gets out, and then all of a sudden, he's singing again.
None
Alright,
of them
so-
asked for a lawyer.
all right, so these two guys come into the studio. They either get let in or they come in. I think they just came in because people knew who they were. Why wouldn't you let me in? If I showed up to Alias, Alias had a studio and he didn't invite me to it, but I showed up and I knocked on the door and there was a camera looking down and I was like, "Yo, Alias would let me in the studio."
He'd be like, oh shit,
absolutely.
DL's here.
So
I'll let you know.
you know,
come have dinner with the kids.
it's
Have dinner with my kids.
it's not like
Show us.
it's not crazy
haven't
that
been
the
here for
door
weeks.
was buzzed open for them.
No.
But what's crazy is people are acting like they all knew who did it. And right now on the screen you're seeing a picture of the killer and he's posing outside of Jam Master Jay's mural with a Run DMC shirt on, Adidas, and I don't think the hat has anything to do with Run DMC. But he's posing there sharing positive messages about how Run DMC
It changed his
Jam
life.
Master Jay changed his life or anything like
Well,
everything like that.
If he
But
murdered him, he did.
yeah, but what do you think about the people who know he did it that aren't checking him for posting these kind of pictures and stuff like that? Checking him privately, you know what I mean? They don't have to do it publicly and snitch, but just checking him privately.
Let me ask you something. Tell me if I'm wrong. When it went down, 50 Cent had a problem because he was like, ain't no one moving on who did it.
Yes. A lot of people, the original rumor was that Supreme either killed or had Jam Master Jay killed because he was fucking with 50 Cent, and 50 Cent was supposed to be blacklisted in New York, and no one was supposed to fuck with him.
That's a perfect example.
Like that's just a rumor. I'm not
Rumors.
standing by that rumor. I'm just saying, like, I'm just keeping it real. That was a rumor. So, but 50 Cent got death threats that same night, but he could have also faked that shit. And
But 50 Cent got death threats all the time.
yeah, definitely.
After he released How to Rob,
He got shot 9 times. So I guess you're right.
yeah.
That's true. He doesn't have rap snacks though.
Yeah, he don't have his
He
own
don't
rap
got
snacks.
rap snacks.
Where are the rap snacks?
Rap snacks.
Should we give these away?
Jalapenos,
Oh, what are those?
honey jalapenos.
Are these like rare or can you get these anywhere?
I don't know.
You know, do you guys remember the Method Man and Redman like iced tea drinks they had back in the day?
I do.
I don't know.
I do.
Should we give away some rap
that
snacks?
reminds me of that.
If these are rare, we're gonna
they're
give these.
not rare.
No, they're not rare. All right,
We got them at the dollar store.
Oh no shit.
Oh, bam, 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 bam,
So what are we gonna give away
bam.
next?
Allegedly.
We got that bong. Did anyone win that bong? I forget.
Smalls chips.
Nobody
They
ever
got
won the
Biggie Smalls
ball.
chips on the podcast.
All right. Nobody ever won this bong, so we're gonna give this bong away right now.
Water pipe.
Oh yeah, sure.
We
I'll
got
get some shit.
a lot of.
You can't. I'll get you your own bong.
Talking in the
Because
chat.
you already know the
With you.
you already know the answer, and if you don't, I want to smoke your weed. What was Alias's name in a sea of green? And we'll send you this bong right
Bam, bam,
here.
I said
bam,
it,
bam,
Joe said it when he signed on.
bam. Oh.
And Tanya
right,
has
I
the
said
chat.
it.
I don't have the chat
Do you know?
on this new thing I'm
we
working
got a lot of chat. Charlie Digital says it's the curse of the mummy. DJ Big Red says, "Yo, finally you are back." LOL, that was just a hustle. A lot more paper.
Shout out to DJ Big Red, one of our
True
long
Hip Hop
times.
Cotton says, "WTF? Why is YouTube hating on y'all's
I know, what the hell,
stream?"
man? We love you. YouTube.
Anyway, DJ Big Red Joe says, "Facts, you never know." Doom, doom, doom.
Boom, boom,
Shout out to A Sea of Green. Thank you, DJ Big Red. Charlie's Usual says, "Ain't nothing wrong with a little BB dub."
Nothing.
Robin Miller
Oh,
says,
real BB.
"It's."
Ain't no trouble with a BB.
Robin Miller says, "It's Mike on my wife's account." LOL. Charlie Digital, 25.92 ounces. That's to,
Oh, shit.
sorry, Endo Joe's weight there. That was his guess. David Ace LeBeouf says, "Mind your manners."
Mind them.
Robin Miller says, "Tap snacks are fire." I think he
Oh, he
means
meant
the
rap
rap
snacks, but
snacks.
we got him.
Charlie Digital says 10.5. DJ Big Red says Trill in Dojo, and Robin Millett says 711 has rap snacks.
Oh, see, 7-Eleven got rap snacks. So
7-Eleven,
they were not going to give
711.
away. I thought they were
I said
I thought they were
711.
rare. So we're going to move on.
I love the fact that Tanya just called it 711. I'm
I
calling
really
711 from now on. You're about to hit 711.
She's crazy, man. She's
Start a
crazy.
trend.
This is the Mind Your Man and Blah Blah.
711.
Do you think 711's open?
All right, we're going to let Alias.
Someone please call 711.
We're gonna let Alias lead us into our next topic because he already brought the names up. Tupac and Biggie. Which one would you like? What one do you think was more interesting? We'll start with whatever one you think is a more interesting topic.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Okay, so please, I think Biggie, just because of all the other shit around it. Like Tupac was with Suge Knight. I think if anybody's with Suge Knight, you in harm's way.
This is true.
Like, come on, the dude ran over people. Like,
He
you
hung-
in harm's way if you was
hung
Suge Knight.
Vanilla
Squish
Ice out the
walking
window.
He
with the
squished-
Grim Reaper.
he
You
squished
better
people.
know who you hanging with.
He squished
Yeah,
people
hell
like
yeah.
melons.
Biggie thing, like, he was at a car museum, at some party, gets out. all of a
Celebrating
sudden,
his
like,
album.
He gets lit up on a main dragway.
Yeah.
Granted, Tupac was in Vegas, but once again, Tupac was with Suge Knight.
Yeah.
And he
This
beat the shit out of a bunch of guys.
That's like being like, oh my god, I got high because I was with Mr. DL.
Yeah.
You know what you get.
Yeah, yeah.
Mind your manners.
do you think Suge Knight had anything?
Imagine, man.
Do you think Suge Knight had anything to do with it? I personally don't. What do you think?
No, but the fact that he was with them is just
Bad
just dangerous
energy
in
brings
itself.
bad energy.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna swim with a great white, even though I'm
Yeah,
fat and white.
That's so
It's not
funny.
Mind your
Snowflake.
manners.
It's not Snowflake.
Mind your manners.
It's not Snowflake.
I think it's as simple as this. I think Tupac Shakur was hanging around a bunch of gangsters. And he went to Las Vegas and he was all riled up. I'm Tupac Shakur. No one looks at me sideways. No one says nothing to me. And some guy from LA said something to him. He didn't like it. And he jumped this guy. And that guy came back and killed him. I think
Okay.
I think it's as easy as that. I know there's so much lore surrounding his death, like it's just this big conspiracy theory, and it was
He's in Cuba, dude.
It was all in the cards or this and that. But I really truly in my heart feel that it was as simple as that. You fucking beat up the wrong person.
David Ace LaBeouf got it in the chat. So he won the
He was
giveaway.
oh okay.
He said Philip Waters.
The name?
Yeah.
Yep.
Tell him where to send
Nice.
it
So
in.
Ace, send your contact info, mailing info to our Facebook or Instagram inbox. Please don't do it here, or people will send you stuff.
It might be good stuff, but it might be weird
It's
stuff.
it's so fucked
We
up.
don't know.
This is what before
Mind
we
your manners.
get into what
Woo.
Alias was gonna say. It's so
Tupac's in Cuba.
it's
Alias
so,
down.
Mind your manners. It's so fucked
Alias
up.
When she dropped me, no, hold on a minute. When she just dropped me this picture of Tanya, like a model picture came up in the middle of my screen, like
That's so funny.
her save photo was like, I was like, holy shit, she just did her hair.
That's so funny.
What you trying to say? Mind your manners.
Yeah, he has in a hat right now. That picture you were like,
He's
all done up.
he's
This
talking
shit-
about my icon, my photo icon for Zoom.
Yo, you are an icon right on that one.
Okay. Thank you very much. Mind your manners.
So, what is your personal opinion about his death?
Who? Tupac?
Yeah. Oh, Alias. Sorry, we'll ask
Oh.
Alias. Then we'll ask you.
Alias
Alright.
is dead.
I think you're spot on. So I get caught in these rabbit holes. So if you watch Radio Raheem from Juice, and he tells a story of like how some dude, Tupac was bad inviting, and then some dude took Jules, and he ran up on him and beat the crap out of him, jumped him in Harlem. Where Tupac went, Dave Chappelle. Yo, I was in the club with Tupac. That's some dark shit. I'm not trying to diss Tupac. Everybody's gonna act like they're his best friend.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, I think you're exactly right. Like, he was constantly biting off a lot, and at one point, when you're biting off a lot in beef, that you're gonna the bite's gonna come back to bite you.
Shit bite
You can't
back.
always-
I think
Yeah.
exactly.
You can't
I
always
think
get
exactly
away.
That, but the Biggie thing, I think the Biggie thing is like with the cop and the shit and all the security and all that shit around. Like there was no beef with Biggie inside of that party.
Yeah, that's just
Somebody
crazy.
came to that party to shoot him.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a good
sure.
one.
Yeah, there's a lot of indication that the cops, there were some cops that were involved. One was on duty. They were shady. I believe both of them
Slim?
are in jail now.
Slim Shady?
One guy, one guy tried to rob a bank or something, and then the other one, I forgot.
Cheers.
Cheers. Oh, mind your manners.
Cheers, everybody.
Oh,
Salud.
Cheaters, dude.
I'm not taking this whole shot. This is a glass of Whistle Pig. This is some real good shit. If I drink this shot, we're gonna be slurring in 10 seconds.
Whistle Pig. Is it the 12, the 15?
I'm gonna be throwing it up.
No,
No, I was
wife
joking.
got me the rye.
The
The
ride.
6-year rye.
Ooh,
I
that's
got me
good.
the 6-year rye whiskey for my birthday.
Damn, that's a good way.
Oh, Joe took his glasses off.
People.
Oh,
Yeah,
Joe
he's
stopped
not
rolling
rolling
weed.
anything. Dude, he took his glasses off because I have to roll any weed.
I keep looking at him like, what's going on?
But no, for
You know what Endo Joe's weight is? I got it now. It's 2 40 ounces and 4 ounces of weed. That's how much he weighs.
See, that's people will never
And two
guess
cans of
my
Sprite
weight
in
because of
each
the
pocket.
weed.
yeah, and don't forget the dab too.
Yeah, you gotta add
So,
the weed.
you're never
I'm
gonna guess
I'll
it.
do some shout outs to our homies in the chat here. You're watching the Mind Your Manners podcast. We keep getting shut off the website we're on right now. I'm not going to say the name of it, but
we love you.
we keep getting shut off the website, but we're still live at other places. So we want the show to be on YouTube. This is where we want our audience to be.
said it.
On YouTube. We have such a large audience on Facebook that we want to bring over here.
Are you reading the chat?
No, I haven't read the chat yet. You can read the chat.
Well, Robin Milo says, if Joe throws up on his shirt, you should give it away. LOL.
I will never give this shirt away. We told this story before in the weed episode.
Stand
That's the Cypress Junkie shirt.
Yeah,
Show
this
the
shirt.
shirt.
On.
Show it.
That's
Show
Cypress Junkie
it.
shirt.
This shirt right
Oh, yeah.
here, this shirt has been through hell with me, and I will never give this shirt away, dude. It was small when I got it. It's even smaller now, and I still wear it with love, dude.
Yo, Endo Joe, my shit. So DL and Eric Bobo gave me one. My thing is like up to my belly button, though.
That's what I'm saying.
I look like County Cam, but like not trying to be funny. Like literally my thumb, my belly button up.
So check this out
Mind
while
your manners.
you're watching the Mind Your Manners podcast. Indo Joe did this yesterday. This is a Cypress Hill insane OG graffiti
I didn't have
piece.
sex with it.
He didn't have sex with it. I got there late, so I don't know if that's fact.
That's where the white came from.
Yeah, but he did this yesterday. You can go see it right now. You can go see it right now.
Shit on the wall.
You can go see it right now.
Shit on the wall.
You can go see it right now on Cypress Hill's story on Instagram. This is Indo Joe's thing, and you can also see the making of video on this channel. It's only a minute long. We made it short, so you can see that. But we're here with Alias, comedian, actor, rapper, Sprite commercial haver.
Oh, mind your
You
manners.
saw little,
I
was
could,
little baby.
you know what?
That
We're
shit
gonna
was
keep
funny.
talking, and we're gonna keep talking, and maybe I can
I
find.
gotta admit though, your
maybe I
voice
could-
didn't really change.
Maybe I
throughout
could
the years.
find that Sprite commercial.
That would
You
be
still
dope.
sounded like you. You know what I mean? Like, I don't sound like I
Yeah.
did when I was that age, dude. You know what I mean? I sound like this a lot. You know
Oh
what I mean?
boy, mind your manners.
Hey, mind your manners.
Maybe I could find that Sprite commercial.
CJ Big Red says that was Joe.
So-
Can I say something? No, you should really check. You got to check out the Cypress piece Endo Joe did. I have literally Endo Joe art in my house, like literally in my kitchen.
R2D2.
He's a good artist.
I fucking bust your balls and we're boys, but like at the end of the day, that dude got some shit. So you got to support that, man.
Very
That's
talented.
talent.
Yeah.
My new piece right there.
This is new piece right there. You know what? I'm gonna not look for the I'm not gonna look for the thing live. Perhaps we'll show it to you guys next week, because once I started to look for it live, the computer started saying, "Hey, what are you trying to do all this crazy stuff right now
Hey,
while
why
we're
you
live on the
trying to do
internet?"
that?
Apu from Rincon said they killed Tupac because what he was against. The illuminated one big die because Puffy set him up. Because with those two legends in the game, Puffy had no chance to go back.
You seen that interview with
and
Puppy?
listen to
Man,
all
we
his
was just
songs.
chilling. We was just chilling,
I'm not
smoking a
sure
blunt.
if
You know what I mean?
Say it again, babe.
agree
Sorry.
with
Say
that.
it again, babe.
He says that they killed Tupac because he was against the Illuminati. One big die because Puffy set him up because with
Yo,
those two legends.
Pause real
in the
quick right there.
game-
Pause
yeah,
real
I
quick.
don't.
Pause real quick
I
right there.
don't-
They killed Tupac because he beat up a killer, and the killer had a
Ah,
gun
yo.
on him in his car.
He put a diamond
went
up
to-
before
And
he
once
died.
they left the casino, the killer said, "Yo, there goes that motherfucker right there that just stomped me out with 30 people.
But did
Shoot
you
that
see-
motherfucker."
Would you see when he got when he got
That's
he
what
got
happened.
shot? He did this though.
Yeah.
Before he died?
The thing is the last thing he ate was a slice of pizza, had one pepperoni slice on it, and it was a triangle with an eye. So it's like, I do kind of believe the Illuminati.
Oh shit!
It was like a triangle, it's a slice of pizza, pizza's a triangle.
Mind your
It's
manners.
not coincidence.
Mind your manners.
You don't just eat pizza every
yo,
week.
D, I'm sitting here with my 15-year-old. Watch this. Yo, tell me who killed Biggie. You're grounded. Who killed Biggie? He doesn't know. He's grounded. He has no idea right now.
See it on Hip Hop DX tomorrow. Son grounded because he doesn't have answers.
Son grounded because he couldn't tell his dad who killed Biggie.
So
I know you know.
We'll be worried if that is the case.
You know what I can do? Keep. I just figured out how I'm gonna show this commercial.
You're in
So I
trouble
can't-
now.
Here we go.
I can't load
You
it.
love it.
I can't load it on my computer because my computer's saying. I just told you guys my computer's saying, hey now. You got too much shit going on here. You're trying to load a video file.
It's low ad.
Yo, listen.
Low ad.
As far as that last comment, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know shit about the Illuminati.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
don't
Mind
come.
your manners.
Don't come at us, Illuminati.
We're gonna roll that
I'm
up.
my manners, but I have no idea about the Illuminati.
Please make sure you hit the like button and the subscribe button on the video. So Tanya, I want to know what you thought. I don't even know if you like Tupac. Never came up. Really. What do you think?
really
What
didn't.
do you remember when he got killed?
I do remember that when he got killed. I remember when he got killed, and I remember when Biggie got killed. It's people who were in your life in a moment, whether you enjoyed their music and that music has a memory with you and your friends, like especially with Biggie. I have so many memories of like
I was more
being
Tupac,
young
yeah.
and going to a party or being in a car, or just like a lot of memories with that music around me.
I gotta give you that too.
Maybe not as much as Tupac.
See,
But not that I did. I did know of him and listen to him, but I wasn't as connected to Tupac as I was with Biggie.
I was way more Pac.
So
I'm sure there's Tupac songs that I don't know. You know.
Yeah. I like them both. I remember where I was. This is so random. I was at my house. I was outside. My dad had a box truck for his work, a big yellow box truck. You remember that?
I do remember that.
And I was
Didn't he paint it white?
I was outside my house, and my friend Sean McCarthy, I think, was the one who told me. He goes, "Hey, Tupac just died," and I was just like, "Oh." It didn't hit me super hard. It didn't.
See,
I didn't
it
have a
hit me
reaction
hard.
to it. But we're gonna take a quick break here because I found this
A
video.
Kit Kat break?
No, I found the video.
Oh, a Sprite break.
And what
I
I'm-
hate you.
and
We're gonna
what I'm
take a
try-
Sprite break.
And what I'm
I
gonna
hate you, dog.
what I'm gonna try to do is turn my microphone around and hold it towards the camera so you guys can yeah, perfect. So you guys
I
can.
can't see it. I'm just seeing Tanya's shoulder and then you two.
I'll show you, but we're gonna show them first.
Sorry, my
You
bad.
haven't seen it. I was there.
I was there.
Hold on a second. Here we go.
It's me. I was there.
Once was lost and now I've been found. And I'ma tell y'all cats how it really went down. There was no time for the lies. Illusion can't afford it. Trying to see
Turn
the
it
big
the
picture,
other
but the
way.
picture's been distorted. Vision kinda hazy, forcing my mind. It's going crazy, pondering the whens and hows. Ifs and all the maybes. And I walk the other way, the wrong things that persuade me. But when I saw the light, it hit me like a ton of bricks. A positive recipe, no negatives in the mix. I chose the right path, nod to self and inner peace. I finally saw the light for the stars I had to reach.
Little baby face. Now
Damn it. I gotta say, it makes me want to drink a Sprite.
My man got a Sprite commercial. All you rappers talking about how you got a video.
I'm quite thirsty.
This guy got a Sprite commercial, man.
That was pre-internet. That wasn't internet. That was way
Yeah,
before
that
the
was so
internet.
old. Okay, so let me tell a quick story before we get it.
Dude,
continue.
I remember that and I didn't know you.
All right,
That's
so
crazy.
I went to this concert. It was Method Man at the auditorium near where I live, an arena,
I thought it
5,000
was the
people.
Songus Arena.
Yeah, 5,000 people. And it was really just the floor was sold out. The bleachers were pretty much empty, but the floor was sold out. Looked crazy. Like, it just packed. Like, no one wanted to sit in a seat, so they just went all down on the floor and packed in, you know what I mean? So I'm in the crowd. In my hometown, basically, you know what I'm saying? I'm in the crowd, and I'm with my friend, and I'm like, all right, cool. And this guy, Alias, comes on stage. And I was hating right away. I was like, who's this guy? Like, why is this guy rapping in low on the stage, but I'm not rapping on the stage? Like, who is this guy? So I'll admit I hated on him from the jump solely because
Hater.
it was a jealousy thing. I was like, how come? I mean, it was about myself, you know what I mean? How come I'm not on stage? How come he's on stage, not me? You know what I mean? So whatever. Years had passed, and I got a book to do a video, and I'm chilling, and the video guy, the artist JFK, was like, hey, where are you at? And I was like, oh, I'm here. And he goes, oh, I'm over here. Alias is gonna pick you up. And I was like, okay. So
Dum da dum dum.
so Alias, he showed up, and I don't know, like the first thing he said to me was funny. Like it was instantly funny. Like I was like, oh my god.
He had you
like,
at hello.
Yeah. The first thing is so I got in his car and he was driving to the thing and we had a conversation about like music or whatever. And
then you stuck your finger
when
up
I
his
met
ass?
him, I had never met him.
Mind your manners.
When I met him face to face, I was just like, yo, all that other shit is so petty. I didn't still feel that.
But you know what though?
He's like, you look so much cuter in person.
literally, 2 people in like that I've met, like you, that day you told me that. You were like, yo, I saw you and I hated on you and blah, blah, blah. And like, to me, that's real. Like, I get it.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
who else did that? County Cam did that when he first met me too. He's like, yo, I hated on you because you were rapping and I'm from Stoneham, you're from Woburn and people knew you and I was just trying to start. And like, that's
West Side Story.
Unfortunately, that's Massachusetts hip hop.
Yeah.
There's just like hate in the DNA.
Right now, that's how it is out here because
Yeah.
there's people that I saw that I hated on as soon as I met them.
See?
And then I met them and they were cool as shit.
Yeah, there's just like in the Massachusetts DNA, dude. You're automatically a masshole. Like you're like you're automatically like, oh, you're rapping and
Peace,
you're doing
love,
big
and
things.
happiness.
Fuck you, why ain't I doing big
Chill,
things?
relax.
You know?
Not the serious
So,
people.
so D picks me up, and this is the first time I met him, but I knew his work. Like I knew who Mr. DL was, and he's like, "Yo, put on the CD," and it was like you and Garth, and I'm listening, and then I'm like, "Yo, dope," and then it was funny because after that day, he's one of the people that I've always kept up with. You know what I'm saying? Like you go through life, like, and then
BFFs
Tanya, like,
forever.
people don't realize the whole connection with me is Tanya meets me through my wife, and I'm not Alias. I'm fucking goofy ass drinking, making people laugh, getting fucked up with Tanya Scott. Like between her and I, we the loudest motherfuckers in the party all the time.
Oh my god, that's
Yes,
the truest shit.
that is the truest shit I've ever
Cheers.
heard. Yeah. Especially when they're drinking.
The only time I'm quiet is when I smoke. The minute I smoke, I'm like,
Yeah, that shit was always
you
weird.
guys like, you good? I'm like,
That shit was always weird to me. Not weird as in you're weird, but just weird to me as in I'm the complete opposite. I think weed is more of a calm me down, make me focus on the situation.
See, I get.
See, everyone gets
talkative.
high different.
I get talkative when I smoke weed.
Well, it's not that it doesn't calm me down, but I'm hyper already. So my calm is different than your calm. Because I'm already up here. So my calm is like a little bit down here. And your calm is like way down here. We got different kind of calms.
I get calm when I put it in my
Our
palm.
palms are different. We got different kind of palms right now.
So if you're watching, please hit like right now. Shout out to Goldie in the
Like.
chat.
Hit the
How
bell.
about you know when I wasn't calm? When I heard 1, 2, 3 into the 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 into the out in California.
1 to the 3 to the 4 to the 6.
6 with a devil is twisted in a mix.
Shout out to my man Sean. If you guys don't know that, you
Sean's
definitely
my man right there, Sean.
They don't know what you're
you
talking about,
definitely
mind
don't
your
know
manners.
because that's an inside joke. But
This was like a 4-hour studio session of one guy trying to do a verse.
yeah, that's our homie though too. He was awesome.
No, it was awesome.
Yo,
But
man. Yeah, so, yeah.
Oh my god. You know, hold on.
It's always good to tell an inside
You know,
joke.
Sorry,
that is
sorry,
a
hold
story
on,
we've
sorry.
been laughing since.
You know, this is the one episode he's gonna watch.
Oh, I know, for real.
That's my guy right there. That's my guy. He was fired up, yo.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he was.
That's my
Yeah.
guy.
Hey, he got it done.
Sometimes you get in your own head,
Yep.
and
We've been laughing.
You can give yourself head.
We've been laughing since, though. Endo Joe,
shit.
we've been laughing since.
Oh, hell yeah, for sure.
actually, me and Alias worked on an album together in 2014 called Burner and Hooch.
Facts.
And then a whole bunch of fucking stuff happened where the label got shut down. It's a whole story. But I recently just put it out. I just said, you know what? These songs are good. Let's just put it out and and see what happens. It's my 14th album, and it's with Alias, and it's called Burner and Hooch. You can hear it for free on all platforms. You can hear it for free. Just go listen to it. You don't have to buy it. Just go listen to it.
Yeah, it's free.
Check it out. That's
Why
the
wouldn't
first
you
time
like
I
it?
heard. That's the first time I heard Mr.
That's the best
DL
sale
rap
ever.
voice.
People are like, I want him on my sales team. Don't even buy it.
I became a big fan off of many hip hop artists that I got for free. I'll name one right now, High and Mighty.
Yeah.
I got a free
shit.
High and Mighty album, and I became an instant
Oh.
fan.
Boom.
You know what I mean?
I took these records. I should have grabbed. I saw a High and Mighty one today. I took these
Instantly
records
got
out to just to show like of the
What's
people we
a
were talking
record?
about. We got a Biggie. I mean, I got so many records. The records you can see. There's more over here. You can't see them on the screen. Actually, no, you can pretty much see all
Can't
the.
see all of them. There's a
I
lot.
feel like there's some you can't see. So I just took some out of the people that we were talking about. You know, we got 50 Cent. This isn't his Jam Master Jay release, but this is
Mind your manners.
one of his early songs before you probably knew who he was. We're gonna talk about him. We haven't talked about him yet. We haven't talked about him. Our guest tonight, he chimed in earlier. He called in on Zoom. Was Sticky Fingaz. When this came out, man.
The one and only.
Oh my god, I was so happy.
This is a JMJ release.
Well, think of the time. We got All We Got Is Us in '95, and then we didn't get another Onyx album till '98. So I was so excited to be an Onyx fan because, like from Back the Fuck Up to All We Got Is Us, big difference. But like you had to be an Onyx fan to really like All We Got Is Us because it was really dark. It was really different. But then they hit that shut 'em down shit, and it was like, oh my god, I wanted to do.
Yeah, shut him down.
That shit was fucking.
Endo Joe's
my
dancing.
God.
Mind your manners.
I don't want to speak for Sticky Fingaz, but he did say publicly to me that Shut Him Down was his favorite Onyx album.
It's so good, dude. It made me. Oh my god. And then that same year, DMX came out. That was such a good year. What's it called? Hard Knock Life, Volume 1 came out that year. The Blackout, Red and Meth came out that year. That was like...
Look at that Def Jam tour they had.
That Def Jam tour was so amazing. It was so good that year, dude. It was like, dude, this is what... I'm like, I want to live in this year of hip-hop for the rest of my life, dude. You know what I mean? That shit was so good, dude. The East Coast had it locked down that year, dude. You know what I mean? That whole period right there, dude. Oh.
Dude, All We Got Is Us became the theme song.
It really did. Yeah, oh my god, I used to love that shit, dude.
All We
These
Got Is Us
evil
became the
streets
theme
are
song.
rough.
You're out with your boys, you're drunk, you're like, all we got is us.
Yeah, I think I know
don't
Slam
about
is
that,
their
but
hit.
I'll take your word.
I know Slam is their hit, but I feel like the fan favorite is Last Days.
Last Days, man, so good,
Yeah.
dude. Especially
No,
after
because
being
they-
in 8 Mile. You know, the beat at least.
Like Slam was dope. It was a rah feeling.
Yep.
But them dudes can spit, dog.
Yes.
They're spitters.
They have bars.
They're not because on Slam they like I feel like in all due respect, like they yelled, they did their thing. It was perfect. It was perfect to introduce. But as far as spitting, like people don't realize they spit. Like I feel the same way about like somebody like Tretch. Like Tretch does hip hop parade, but if you hear Tretch spit on like 5 Deadly Venoms,
so
he has bars.
He's a monster.
And no one
can all spit.
And no one really rapped like Tretch ever. But here, what Alias just said, I said last week too. I said that Fred Joe Star was super lyrical.
Echo this week. I'm just echoing you this week.
Hold up, Mind Your Manners.
You can see that on the Mind Your Manners podcast clip channel. You should head over there and subscribe to that. That's the Mind Your Manners podcast clips on YouTube.
Rub the clit and you'll figure it out.
Clip, CLIP.
So you can see short clips and shorter content, celebrity guests, celebrity interviews, funny shit, weed shit, hip hop stuff. It's all over there. But we're back on the Mind Your Manners podcast with Alias, the funniest person in the world.
My ears just hear something like I don't
say something funny.
I don't
say something funny.
I don't hear P. I hear T. I hear clit. I hear clit channel automatically.
Clip.
Yeah,
CLIP.
I lost my joint live on
CLIP.
and I can't find it.
It's right there.
Oh, I see it.
Mm.
Oh, the Mind Your Manners
Boom,
podcast.
2020. Mind your
See,
manners.
these glasses are fake. So, I think there's a lot of lore around Tupac. I think Tupac was a good rapper.
I think the lore was because he talked about him dying, like early at age. He like there's an interview in Vibe magazine when he was in jail when Me Against the World came out. The album, it was #1 in the charts, and they did an interview with him, and he says he's like, I feel my death coming soon. You know what I mean? He felt it. He goes, I feel like I'm gonna die at an early age. That's why there was so much lore about it. But people thought that he faked his death because he talked about it so much. But like,
well, I think
he's a Shakur.
Yeah, and like the Machiavelli.
His family.
Shout out to. Sorry. Shout out
his family's revolutionaries.
Yeah, exactly. His mother was a Black Panther. Exactly.
Shout out to Shaw Elemental in the chat and Goldie. This is my thing about Tupac.
I think Tupac is in Cuba with Castro. They're all blazing fucking L's with Elvis and Santa Claus, bro. I'm telling you right now, man.
And the Easter Bunny.
I don't think. Hold on. I don't think Santa Claus is there.
You don't think Santa Claus is there?
Yeah, I'm telling you,
And no
man.
joke, that's the exact quote.
This is-
What with Tupac in Cuba? That's the exact rhyme that Eminem said.
I like how
it sounds
Shaw
just like-
Elemental said that Pac spoke it into existence. That was kind of deep. Like sometimes people
Yes.
also just feel it.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, what do you
That's
think?
when he
Yeah.
was alive and like the few years after he was dead, he just spoke to me so even though I didn't live in the West Coast, I just felt his lyrics. I felt that shit, dude. You know, it spoke to me, dude. Even though I felt Biggie's death, but I just Pac hit me so hard, dude. You know what I mean? Because I was such a big fan. That was like I was getting drunk at that age, drawing Thug Life on my stomach. You know what I mean? So I can imitate Tupac, dude. You know what I mean? Like,
All right,
just
I'm
like
gonna try to say this one more time. Check this out. Tupac was a good rapper, a great rapper. This is my personal opinion. Tupac was a great rapper. I remember no one was really. I mean, yes, you'll find people here and there, but no one was talking about him being the greatest rapper, and no one was saying
No.
that he was their favorite rapper.
no, besides me.
You really would like. That's what I'm saying. I
I always said Tupac was my favorite rapper and Onyx was my favorite group. And then my seconds were fucking Cypress Hill was my second favorite group.
Yeah.
And probably Busta Rhymes was my at that time. Busta Rhymes was my second favorite rapper, like for solo. Dude.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Those were my tops, dude. You know what I mean?
And I'm not saying that he wasn't good. He was obviously
yeah.
good. The songs that he has songs that will live forever.
He was more inspirational than anything, dude.
But
he
I
inspired a lot of people, dude. You know, because he walked that like he was a great actor, dude. I know you don't like a lot of his movies, but he was a great actor back then, dude. You know. He could act and rap and you know what I mean. He was an entertainer too. Like when you watch his live shows, like I got the live at the Blues House on DVD. Like he's an entertainer, dude. You know what I mean? And he was.
And he was with Nia Long. Oh yeah.
Man, I'd like to give her my long. Man, holy shit.
Mind your manners.
But here's the thing: is honestly, like I'm a Biggie fan, and I was East Coast. I mean, Tupac is talented and all that, but I'll tell you one thing is. That song "Pain" that he did was crazy. I got to do a remake with Checkmark. It just came out
that song.
of the song "Pain," and I remember him being like, "Yo,
Above the Rim soundtrack."
That song was so dope.
Above the Rim
That song was
soundtrack.
so dope.
Yeah. I used to love that shit,
song
dude.
on the Above the Rim soundtrack,
Yeah.
"Pain." Just the intro, I couldn't help but notice your pain. It runs deep. Share it with me.
Oh
And I
my
was in a
god,
crazy
so good.
place
The
at that
beat was
time, like,
banging, dude. Yes,
I was
dude.
in a crazy place. Like I was in some old girl interrupted shit. Like real talk. And that song, I listened to it every fucking day, and I was like, wow, this dude gets what pain is.
Yeah.
I always like.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Am I a Biggie fan? Absolutely. Because when he started kicking it with Total, I was in the club.
That shit is a banger right
When
there.
he gave
dude.
me all the chicken heads from Pasadena to Medina,
Oh my
I was
god.
loving Biggie. I was like, thank you for the chicken heads from Pasadena to Medina. I'm a total
Yo.
Mind your manners.
Biggie was just so smooth. He was such a player, dude. You know what I mean? He just had that ill swag that it made you feel like, because I'm a goofy looking motherfucker, dude. So I felt like listening to Biggie, like you feel that, like, you know what I mean? Like I could be getting the hot chicks too. You know what I mean? It gave you confidence as a goofy looking motherfucker, as myself.
What did you think
know
about
what I
Biggie,
mean?
babe, as a woman? Actually, I guess we're off Tupac. I forgot my point anyway.
You were gonna say something about
I know.
Tupac.
I tried to make my point like 6 times.
He was saying how everybody jumped on Tupac and was like,
Yeah.
That
so
you were
I'm gonna
talking
switch
about
to-
his lyrical.
Yeah, I'm gonna switch to the scene
talent.
now. I'll take this soundbite and do whatever. But I don't think he sucked. I think he was awesome. Like I think he was great. You know what I mean? But all this #1 stuff never fucking was on anyone's fucking tongue until the day he died, and that is the realest shit on the internet.
While he was alive, while he was alive, he did have 2 #1 albums.
He had big songs.
No, he had 2
I'm not-
#1 albums
Like
while
he was, awesome.
alive.
Like I'm saying,
He did have
it's no
#1
hate.
hits throughout his other albums.
It's no hate.
But I'll give you that.
I'm just so sick of everyone's talking about,
I'll give you
yo, if Tupac was alive, fucking
No, I'll
none
give
of
you
these
that.
rappers would be big. I'm like, dude, Tupac Shakur wasn't fucking
Chris
the...
Rock said it perfect.
where are you?
Chris Rock said it perfect, dude. Tupac right now could be a politician, but he could also be in jail. Because he was both. You know what I mean? He was smart, but he was also a gangster, dude. You know what
All
I
right,
mean?
we're going to move on from Tupac back to Biggie. Biggie Smalls,
It was all a dream.
do you remember the hearing about his death? Alias? You're watching Alias on the Zoom in the background.
Yes. And I remember hearing it late at night on Jammin' 94.5, and I was driving, and I was like, yo, what? But then at the end of the day, I was like, yo, I'll be honest with you. I was like, yo, this East Coast, West Coast beef shit is real. That's the first thing I thought after that happened, because then it just, you know, it was crazy. And the whole faith thing, and like, you know, claim you a player, but I fucked your wife. We bustin' bad, boy, fuck for life. Like, he came out and he was gunning, and then all of a sudden Biggie's dead too, and, you know, and I'll tell you, whatever theories people have, I trust none of them motherfuckers. So everybody's theory could be correct. I don't know what happened, but when Biggie died, I remember being like, wow. And like, honestly, Biggie, and the funny thing is him and, I think, and this is going to sound crazy, like Tupac, Biggie, and then Big L. Those are influential people who died. Because there's a lot of motherfuckers running around New York that wouldn't be running around New York if Biggie and Big L was still around.
No, you know? See, that's one thing I hate. I hate when people say that. Like, they wouldn't be out. Yeah, they would. Like, Tupac wouldn't be fucking still a fucking...
There's no room to be the king of New York. There's no room to be the king of New York.
I don't think Big L was ever going to be the king. Maybe he was, but like the guy has like 12 verses. Like they're all extremely dope verses.
Yeah, but look at before he died, his position was Jay-Z was getting 45 seconds. Big L was getting 2 minutes. Everywhere he went.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
If he stayed there, dudes wouldn't be getting the 2 minutes. They'd still be getting their 45 seconds.
I guess the real question is, can you evaluate someone over the short period of time that they were here compared to people who have been there longer? Is really the question.
Great question. Because look at Big Pun only put out 2 albums, and I think he's amazing. Biggie only put out 2 albums.
Yeah, he was only alive for 1 album. I think they both were only alive for 1 album.
And so,
I love Big Pun.
But there's a million other rappers that have put out 7 albums. Are they better because they put out 7 consistent albums? I don't know. It's a good question, and I do agree with you that. But I also think like I shouldn't say that they wouldn't be out, but I think the landscape would have been a little different.
Shot in the chat is checking me. He goes, Big L had 2 albums. Yeah, but you don't know fucking all them verses. Stop it.
Oh.
You know them. Like, I think he was dope too. Like we were just listening to his shit today. Some of his punchlines today. I thought he was super dope.
He was, but you're right. I don't think I should say that they wouldn't come out. You're exactly right. But I think the landscape would be different. There would be an effect on the landscape.
Yeah, maybe.
Because if Biggie was still alive, and Biggie put out 7 consecutive albums, or as many albums as Jay-Z, like, Biggie's the creator of that shit. Like, dudes weren't wearing Gucci sweaters. They're wearing hoodies and Timbs.
Yep. He brought that
Facts.
swag, dude.
Facts.
Swag?
He brought that flyness. He brought that.
Yeah, he was fly. That's
listen,
right.
Listen, we had this conversation. I'm a huge Jay-Z guy. I like Jay-Z. I'm a huge Jay-Z fan. But Biggie had the fucking fedora and the suit before Biggie's Reasonable Doubt.
Exactly. Biggie put Cool G Rap and LL Cool J together. You know what I mean? He gave it that like I'ma fuck your bitch shit and make her want to fuck me. But I'm also gonna spit these ill ass bars like Cool G Rap shit, you know what I mean?
And I'm ugly as fuck.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Goofy
Mind your
looking
manners.
motherfucker like me that he gave me hope, being a goofy looking motherfucker.
Oh my god.
He's still giving me hope.
Man.
I'm gonna go upstairs and see my wife with nothing but
If he
boxes
did
on.
anything, he gave 2 white boys.
Put on some big papa.
Mind your manners.
So he kind of had like Slick Rick swag, but more street gutter. He didn't have the jewels, but he had that swag. Like he was fly, but he didn't have no jewels. Like I don't know, I can't really picture him with many jewels.
He had confidence.
It wasn't really a thing back there, except
He had the big chain with the Jesus piece.
You didn't see the Cuban with the Jesus piece.
Yeah, but did he have it?
Had the Jesus piece.
Yeah, but not like Slick Rick. Like Slick Rick, I feel like rappers. Hold on, I feel like rappers back then didn't do that shit because Slick Rick did. That was his thing. And if you had mad chains, you were trying to be like Slick Rick.
The only person who can mess with Slick Rick on chains is Mr. T.
Busta Rhymes can fuck Slick Rick's game up.
Oh, challenge accepted.
Yeah, there's this crazy picture. Google it after you hang up. Busta Rhymes holding all his chains. Bruh.
Bruh.
He just never sold any. He kept them all.
Yeah. Like, dude.
Slick Rick and Mr. T.
Yeah, Mr. T. I mean, he had all the gold ones. What was I going to say?
Mr. T sold all that shit, though. Come on, man.
People in the chat.
Do you think Biggie? Can I ask a question to the podcast?
Yeah,
ask. I love so much. Do you guys think Biggie's top 5?
Yes. If there's a correct answer, yes. My personal top 5, no. But if there's a correct answer and there's these 5 rappers that are on this list, yes, he's there.
Okay.
Mind your manners.
I agree with you. Not my personal top 5, but he's there on the respected list.
Yeah.
Like he could be on somebody's top 5.
I think if you did a poll,
Yeah, like a magazine poll
like
or something.
and polled like a million people,
Oh yeah. Listen, if you did a poll,
Mind your manners.
I think if you did a poll and
be
surveyed a
sitting
million
funny.
people, he'd be on like 800,000 people's fucking top
Yeah.
5.
I agree with that.
I call it the Hip Hop Mount
Sometimes
Rushmore.
it's also an
Just 'cause
emotional
it's not my
choice.
Mount Rushmore. It's the Hip Hop Mount Rushmore. Would he be on it?
No, not a Mount Rushmore. I don't think. A Mount Rushmore would be more for the pioneers. I feel that's who you'd want to put
True,
on.
and some
Respectable.
of those pioneers, I don't. Some of those pioneers I can't fuck with, but they still be on Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, there's some molesters on there.
Oh, mind your manners. We're done. We're done. Mind your manners.
I love that.
He
I
who
love
shall
that.
never be named. Or many of them, actually.
Yo,
Mind your manners.
real quick side note: if you can watch Immortal Technique, who I love, his response to who you were just talking to is the best response I've ever heard to that situation.
Bam Dusky.
Mind your manners. Mind your manners. You're watching the Mind Your Manners
Shout out
podcast.
to Immortal Technique.
Watch it right here.
He broke it. He was perfect about it. He is the explanation he gave. So check it out on YouTube. But Immortal Technique speaks about you know.
Yeah. So a Mount Rushmore, I wouldn't put him on it only because my personal thing would be, now, if you're gonna break down like a certain type of Mount Rushmore, like I know I just breathed in real crazy. If you're gonna break down a certain type, like the weed Mount Rushmore.
Yo, hold on. You breathed in the karate chopped at the same time. You were like, you were about to break the board. You were like Frank
I'm
Dukes
glad I
in
wasn't the only one who
Bloodsport.
noticed that.
Yo, you were like Frank Dukes in Bloodsport when he was like, break that brick. You're like,
Mind your manners.
mind your manners.
They're coming to get us.
So yeah, Mount Rushmore. What about you, Joe? Who would be on your Mount Rushmore?
Oh, my goats? My goat Rushmore would be Ice Cube, Jay-Z, Busta Rhymes, and I don't know. Probably Biggie. I don't know.
Okay. What about you, babe?
I would definitely have to say Big Pun. I was gonna say Busta Rhymes.
So these are obviously personal choices, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
like
these are
I
personal.
think that
Okay.
you have to have an emotional connection with them, like not to even be like, I mean, it's your favorite. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? You're gonna have a bias. What do you want me to tell you? Like,
growing up, Tupac was my favorite, but I wouldn't put.
I
him
will
on-
agree
I
that
wouldn't put
Tupac
him
was
on my-
Joe's favorite because while he was saying it, I was kind of thinking about
you
it.
got a
do. I
flashback.
mean,
And I remember he had the poster, the
Everything.
all against all
Before
eyes
he
on
was
me.
dead and shit too, like
What was it? All Eyes on Me poster or Me Against the World?
Me
poster?
Against the World.
Me Against
But
the
like
World
when he was in jail and shit, like that Me Against the World shit just hit me.
I just
so
remember
hard,
that
dude.
poster. He had that poster. I
That
just
whole,
remember
that whole
that.
album
I
hit
had
me
to,
up.
I had to strictly for my, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I never
On my,
didn't like him.
From the Source magazine.
Let me check- let me-
I had that picture on
let
my
me-
wall
let me
next to
blow you-
Kevin Garnett.
Let me blow your mind here. I never didn't like him. My sister liked him, so I listened to his stuff. I used to listen to that song, Papa's song. I really like that song on I think the album you're talking about. The Get You Canceled if you say the title album. But in all my records here, I don't have any Tupac. I think that's interesting. I don't
You
have
used to have an Above the Rim poster on the back of your door,
Above the Rim.
and
Okay.
I was so jealous of it. It was because
From a magazine, right?
no,
Mind
no,
your
it was
manners.
Poster?
yeah, it was your
Right,
your
man,
sister's
sorry.
your sister's boyfriend worked at West Coast Video,
Uh-oh.
and he brought the
West Coast
poster home,
Video.
and
West Coast
and you
Video.
knew I was a Pac
Brought
fan,
that
but you
home.
were just like it fit the back of your door perfect.
That's fucked up.
You were like, I'm keeping.
Mind
that
your
shit.
manners.
That's fucked up of me. That movie was okay. Leon was in that movie, right?
Yeah, I love that movie. That's where I got my old spray paint name, Birdie.
Birdie.
Yeah.
One day Joe's name was always Birdie. That was always his tag name. You could probably find a whole bunch of stuff of it on the internet, like Facebook and MySpace or whatever. But all
He
the
said
old stuff.
MySpace.
But one day I was like, dude, Indo Joe sounds cool. Like I don't know, I just thought it sounded
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
I didn't think to change your name to it. Like I just thought it
He
sounded
said,
cool.
"Do it now."
As soon as you told me, I went to Facebook and I changed my name to Indo Joe, and it's been there ever since. And a lot of people,
It
like you
fits.
used to have Mr. DL, and they made you show your ID.
Yeah.
Oh man, knock on cock! I just jinxed myself.
Ooh,
You know what I
mind
mean?
your manners.
Jinxed it.
Damn,
Endo Joe's a perfect name. If you guys get to
That's what I'm
spend
saying.
at least
And it means
an
something.
hour or two with Joe, you know it's Endo Joe.
I got
There's
two.
no better name.
I got two meanings for it. Invent, never destroy others. Justice over everything. That's like my spray paint name. And then
That's his comic
I
name.
got my inhale, new dank over everything. Justice over everything. Joe orders everybody. Inhale, new dank. Joe orders everybody.
I had something cool load up of Joe's, but I deleted it after I showed it already. But you can go to this channel right here after the
I thought you were
podcast
gonna
is
say
over.
we got kicked off.
And, no.
Ugh.
You can go to this
This one right
on this
here.
channel, the Endo Joe painting this Cypress Hill mural. It just went up yesterday.
I
It's
did?
pretty cool. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
When was
Yeah,
this?
be
Yes.
real. Insane
So
OG.
after you push like on this video and make sure you subscribe and ring the bell, you can do that. And also, I want to say tomorrow at 10 a.m. on this channel, 10 a.m. Tomorrow at 10 a.m. Shaw Elemental is dropping a video called Ultimate Warrior, directed by me. Not directed, video by me. This is, a lot of people ask me why you say directed and then video by sometimes. If I just shoot a video for you and it's a dope ass video, you rap in a dope spot and then I cut some, I say video by Mr. DL. If there's acting in the video where there's like
a storyline.
acting involved in a storyline, then I say directed by
Dude,
Mr.
see
DL.
the 2012 video. I missed that video was fun as
Yo.
shit, dude.
Yeah, you directed my Dreamer video.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's the one on the beach, right?
Yeah, the one you guys woke me up when I was sleeping at a Hennessy bar.
No, but that's the one on the beach with the desk.
Yes.
Yeah. You guys gotta check that out, man. Alias is a super dope rapper. Check out our new album. That might be the stuff he's most
Burner and
proud of.
Hooch. Y'all tuned in to the
Check it
Burner
out.
and Hooch now. Let's go.
It's on YouTube right now.
Yo, big up to Shy Elemental dropping that video tomorrow, man. Make sure y'all support.
Yeah, it comes
Bang,
up.
bang, 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 bang. Tomorrow at 10
Yo, I
a.m.
like this. I like that. Well, you know what? If you like it, go on fucking YouTube and watch that shit, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Mind your manners.
And make sure you hit the
As
like.
much as I don't, like, people don't see me, and DL always tells me, like, I'm like the hidden, I'm just always hiding because I'm just running around with these children and shit. But I always try to check out what I can, but DL sometimes has to send them to me via text because he knows once he does that, I'm going to sit there and watch that shit
Yeah.
all day. And I watched the Endo Joe piece, and big up to DL for doing a piece. Rest in peace, my man Myster.
Yeah.
Last Tuesday.
R.I.P.
You know what I'm saying? But DL's, you're putting in work. That's it. That's what you do. You put in work.
Yeah, we are putting work. I think our podcast is doing pretty good. Cypress Hill shares us, so we reach such a massive audience. But I really want to, I really like them to become fans of us as well. Like, not just,
Absolutely.
you know what I'm saying? So, we just keep
Let us know
grinding,
what you like.
gain a few hundred fans.
Maybe
each,
if I take my shirt off.
gain a few
Mind your
hundred
manners.
fans each week on some platform. And
Listen.
we just keep rocking, man. But right now we're talking about sad stuff.
Well, yeah, serious. We're talking about serious stuff.
Here's a question I want to ask.
That chef on your shoulder this whole
Babe.
time.
Babe.
Pretending
Here's-
it's a boob.
Mind your manners.
Here's a question we need in the chat. We're gonna do a giveaway in the next 2 minutes, so
Don't fill my drink.
get ready.
Don't
But
fill my drink.
in the chat, let me
In the
know.
chat, let us know.
Do you
Here we go.
think Eazy-E was killed purposely with the AIDS virus, or was it just a random occurrence?
Mind your manners.
Well, speaking of that's kind of like weird because
Did
he
Eazy-E
had to have been fucking the same
have the
broads.
virus or not? What
There
do
are
you
a
think?
lot of other
He
those
was
guys
infected.
were
What do you
fucking.
think?
Hold on a second, man. Say it again, Joe.
You know what I mean? Like he was fucking a lot of the same broads everybody else was fucking.
Yeah, like how come he didn't?
So he was the only one that got AIDS?
Like he had to have been fucking the same chicks as Magic Johnson.
Yeah. And how did his
I
wife?
don't know. Mind your manners.
How did his wife and his kid? His wife and his kid didn't get it. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, the
and
kid.
and you can't tell me that kid ain't his because that is a spitting image of Eazy-E.
Please hit that like button. Please subscribe. Eazy-E. Oh, okay, the Eazy. Oh, I hear what you're saying. I thought you were talking about Magic Johnson for some reason.
No, no.
I'm high on the Magic Manners podcast.
Magic Johnson. See, Magic Johnson because he traveled and fucked. You know what I mean? But so did Eazy, I guess. Yeah.
Not like Magic. Not like those sports guys.
It's not like you're always around the same women. I mean, you're gonna interact with other women. Like it's not like they're like come
Let me
around
tell
you
you
in
something.
herds.
If I was
Like I'm
famous
sure
like
if
that,
you're walking,
I would
you
have a
get
broad in
coffee or
every
stuff.
city that I
Say it
was.
again, Joe?
If I was famous like that,
Hold on a second.
Truly. Hold on. Imagine being the girl that sits there and be like, yo, I fucked both of them.
Oh my god.
Oh,
What were you gonna
my-
say?
I said if I was famous like that, I
Go
would have
to
a
the
broad
clinic.
in every city that I would be. I'd be like, yo. As soon as I landed, I'd be like, text, what up? Come suck my dick before and after the
Mind your
game.
manners. Mind your manners.
I'm not even using a hotel. I'm sleeping at your house while sleeping. Maybe for an hour.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mind your manners.
Nope, I'm sleeping the whole night except the 30 seconds that I give you.
Oh my God, that's
And 20 seconds is a great conversation of how you been, how you doing, thank you.
Mind your manners.
10 seconds?
And we're back.
I wish I could
Mr.
nut in
Dio?
10 seconds.
It's called stop watching. Do like stop
Oh,
watching.
I already
Click,
want to
go.
stop watching, but
Oh my God! No,
So
no,
we-
not stop watching the show. Stop watch. Like,
no,
stop
that's not what I
watching.
meant.
Click, go.
we got some stuff going on in the chat. We're gonna get to it in just a second. I don't have my glasses on. These are fake glasses, but it seems to me that people in the chat are saying that Eazy-E was killed.
That's what I'm saying. Dude.
That he was
got
killed
pricked.
because
That-
of HIV.
If you don't know what we're talking about, Suge Knight was on Jimmy Kimmel or Conan, one of them, and he made a reference. Actually, he didn't make a reference. He basically said Eazy-E was injected with AIDS.
Yeah.
Listen, if you
Allegedly.
even gave a high five to Suge Knight, you in the arms of death.
He's right, dude.
It's
He's
the
right,
same
dude.
shit, though. Like, I don't even like saying the name Suge Knight. It's like Candyman.
Oh, he
Suge
said
Knight. This shit
Candyman.
is gonna come out like
Mind your
Candyman
manners.
movie.
Mind your
You can't
manners.
say Suge Knight. You can't say Suge Knight 5 times in a row in the mirror. You will die.
He just stood up in jail and was like, "Somebody say my name."
That's so fucked up.
Dude,
It's like Spidey
I think you
sense.
just walked up my back stairs.
That's so funny.
You,
So I don't know. I don't know if I believe it, but I don't know. It's hard. It's
It
an
was-
easy
it was-
one to
Anything's
believe in, a hard
possible.
one.
It was shocking at the time. You know what I mean? When Eazy
But that's
got-
the point. Not all crimes are. Oh yeah, I totally
Yeah.
knew that was the reason. Like some of them were
But
shocking.
let's be real. Like at the time too, like Suge was trying to get Dre off of Eazy's label, and Eazy was like, "I'm not giving him up. Are you kidding me, dude? He's the beat guy. I already gave up Cube." You know
I don't
what
know,
mean?
man. Who
There
gave
could be
up-
so many
oh, yeah, yeah.
possibilities
Um,
again.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's a hard one to believe.
My grandmother died. My grandmother died last year, and her last words were, "Suge."
Mind your manners.
The Suge Knight shit is real.
Yeah. So ask Vanilla Ice.
We don't know.
Oh my God, we
The
have
only
a
reason why Vanilla Ice is still alive is because he only said Suge Knight 4 times.
Yeah.
Bro.
The 5th, you're done.
bro. We have a friend on TikTok. Our Weekend Warriors have a TikTok page, and
Y'all
and,
frozen.
and we're frozen,
Nope.
and we have a maybe it's Alias that is frozen. So
Yeah.
not,
Over here, we're good.
Yeah,
we're good over there.
Yep.
Let us know in the chat if we're frozen.
You were frozen on me for a second.
Oh, we have a friend
your
on
manners.
TikTok for the Weekend Warriors who is like bootlegging our shit.
Oh, nice.
I don't know. It's just a follower that we have, but we don't have any content loaded up. We're just the Weekend Warriors, but he has the content, and it's our content.
Oh, it's our show.
What?
It's just like 10-second clips. I don't even know if they're even 10 seconds, like
That's
8
awesome.
seconds, 12 seconds. But it's just
Word up.
That's awesome.
it's just
I love
weird.
it.
I'm just like, dude. I mean, it's cool, I guess. I mean, but it's just like
Dude, we got
he's
bootleggers.
saying he's us.
We've made it. We got bootleggers.
It's not like he's saying it's not like he's saying Weekend Warriors fan.
Yes.
It's not like he's saying Weekend Warriors fan. He's just
Oh.
saying I'm the Weekend Warriors and check out my content.
See if you can track him down. I'll take a plane ticket and go. kick the
Oh,
shit
mind
out
your
of him.
manners. He's just kidding.
I'm Jay and Silent Bob. That shit. I use my whole check to go kick the shit out of
He said
somebody,
he's
dude.
Jay and Silent Bob.
So I want to move on from Tupac because we could talk about Tupac all day because there's such a
I thought we
fucking.
moved on to Biggie.
I mean Tupac and Biggie. Sorry.
Oh, excuse me.
Did we finish Biggie?
Well, we were talking about Eazy actually.
Okay.
Yeah,
so I
Doc-
want to move on.
You guys got to girls having threesomes with Eazy and Magic Johnson.
Yeah.
So I want to move on from these guys
Moving on.
to some of the lesser talked about guys like Freaky Top.
Oh yeah. See
Yo.
that sucked for me because I was a big Lost Boys fan. You know what I mean?
Hell, yo, Endo Joe, I'm with you, man.
And they
I'm a
didn't-
huge Lost Boys fan.
And as much as he didn't really rap, their albums after he died weren't as good. You know what I mean? Like they had good songs, but the stuff with Freaky Todd screaming in the back was so much better, dude. I don't know.
Oh, he was the Flavor of the street.
Exactly.
Like, who's still on the street?
Exactly.
He had
It
a
just
really
wasn't the same.
unique voice. He had a personality.
Yes.
And he really meshed well with Cheeks. know, and
he
Mr.
did. It was
Cheeks.
perfect. Yeah, I don't
And
know.
if anybody knows the history of New York, and Tanya, you do because you live there, the Lost Boys clique, like the crew,
Oh my
them
god,
motherfuckers
legal
are no
drug
joke.
money. This
No
album hit.
joke.
This album hit me so hard, dude. It was such a raw sound, dude. The legal drug money, dude.
All right, random story. Check this.
Oh my god, it was so good, dude.
Oh, Mr.
Random
DL
sto-
has a random story.
Random story. I was in the 8th grade. I didn't go to this party, but my sister was at Fitchburg State, that's in Massachusetts, and she had a party, and the Lost Boys hosted it.
Damn, that's cool.
I didn't get to meet them or anything, but it was before he died. You know
That's
what I
still
mean?
like a hip hop legend, like
Yeah, that's
like
crazy.
they're a legend in their own right, like a moment in time, like you know what I'm saying? Like they,
Dude,
I don't think
no,
that'll be
everybody knows
forgotten.
that Renee song.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're saying it in the chat. Sean
Everybody knows that song. dude.
Yeah. Charlotte Menzel said it. He made the
Oh.
song
Is
better.
it on here?
Yeah. Let's go.
Ladies and my mans.
Trying to
They're the
find
ones
where
who
it
put
is.
on cannabis.
Look, keep your
Keep it
head
up into the
Yeah,
hood.
sure.
I'm not seeing
East
Yeah, it's
Coast,
on
West
there.
Coast,
Illegal drug money,
worldwide.
it's on
And
there.
wrong with smoking the old
Yeah.
lie. And if you're with me,
Please
say
say right. Keep the shit alive from the year 95.
Yo,
definitely.
I
if
got
you
more.
ever get
Is it my
opportunity,
job
listen
and the
to
bees
from
and
the
the
East.
bees?
That Cannabis and A+ were on with the Lost Boys and Redman. It's amazing.
I don't see it on here, but they're saying that that song is on this record. I don't see
Legal
it.
drug money. It's on legal drug money.
They're saying that it's on here, so I believe
I'll
them,
put my
but I don't see it.
glasses on.
Fans
You got
always
glasses
I'm
know.
on?
not gonna roll a joint.
I got his.
He said, I'm not going to roll a joint on it.
So,
Listen to Beast from the East.
So this is another murder that I believe is unsolved, right, babe?
Yeah, so what happened was at first they said that he was at a birthday party, but I was listening to an interview with Mr. Cheeks, and he said that they were at his younger brother's, like, wedding, but it was like a party for the wedding. So basically it was probably the bachelor party, but he didn't want to say. And they came out.
Of the closet?
Yeah, and he wasn't there. He had left 30 minutes before. Come out the closet. Mind your manners.
I didn't know what you're talking about. I came back
He
into
came
the
out
conversation.
he said it was the Sheraton. He came out the Sheraton
Please hit that like button.
and he left 30 minutes ahead, and then when Freaky Ty left, he was in the car and he got shot. And he didn't know he got shot at the time. And his head hit the dashboard. And when he got to the hospital, he was telling the doctors, like, I feel cold. He went to the emergency room, but he, like, never came back.
Damn, that
so it
sucks.
was just, like, wrong time, wrong place. It was, like, just wrong situation. Because I think he had helped his boy earlier, like, solve a situation. And I guess they went to retaliate. And he wasn't even involved,
The
basically.
situation, the guy used to lift his shirt up.
Mind your manners. Mind your manners.
Um,
Anyway, it's just one of those sad, before their time.
Yeah,
Hit
yeah.
that like button. If you think we're whack, hit that thumbs down button. We don't care.
They were just
You
starting
don't
to
know.
get like
Something.
really big. The Lost Boys. They were like, I feel like when you start hitting well, at least back in the day, like when you started hitting soundtracks and like the songs on the soundtracks were hits. Like I feel like that's when you make it. Like
What do you mean?
Like,
Oh, I hear you saying.
you know what I mean?
Cypress Hill made it
That's
that
what I'm
way.
saying. Look, I'm talking about Me Against the World. That song was on the Bad Boys soundtrack. And that soundtrack that was on that soundtrack was number one.
That was
and then
a huge
his
one.
album came out, and that was a single on the album. It was number one. So he had double, and this dude was in jail the whole time. I don't want to bring it back to Pac, but you know what I mean.
Tupac.
That's what I'm saying. Like
manners.
Lost Boys had a lot of soundtrack hits.
Because they were getting royalties and publishing
Yeah.
off of the movie when it was played in the movie, and you're getting royalties and publishing off the
Exactly.
soundtrack as well.
Yeah, and
so
then-
you were getting good money
double
off the
pay,
soundtrack
yeah,
songs.
dude.
Have you ever met any of the Lost Boys?
No.
That's another one.
David
See,
Ace LeBeau in the chat says, Mr. Cheeks hosted a show I performed at a few years back.
I'd still
Would
be,
you be? Hold on a
I'd still
second.
be, I'd still be like, oh my god, like if I met Mr. Cheeks, I'd still be,
Yeah,
shocked. I'd
I had
still
an
be like, holy
opportunity-
shit, I need a picture with this guy, you know?
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah. I had an
like,
opportunity, but it fell through.
so that sucks.
Would
yeah.
you be at all interested in telling us how the Sprite commercial worked out? Like how it all came about?
Oh, yeah.
So hold on, before you tell it, while you
Please
tell
hold.
it, this is what me and Indo Joe are gonna do.
Uh-oh.
We're gonna do a dab, hold in the hit, and do a shot, and then blow everything out
The infamous.
while you tell it. Just because that's kind of something we do on here because we suck. And here we go.
Mind your manners.
All right, so I was battling in Boston for a while, and I met a guy named Rocky LaMontagne who was throwing the All That battles, and Tanya, you would know this. He also promoted a bunch of nights at the New Eureka Cafe down in New York, down from the city. And so he was like, yo, check this out. I got an opportunity for you. He called me up. He's like, they're shooting. And literally he said they have all types of rappers, but they want a white rapper too. So I'm going to send you down to casting. So I was like, all right, cool. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I'm like, what am I going to rap about? He's like, two things. Is Absolutely Clear and Colorless, right? So there was two of them. So I was like, all right, cool. So I write these verses. I'm stressing. I get on the phone wire in the morning.
Fuck what?
That's a bus if you don't know, if you're not from this area.
This is when the phone wire wasn't out of South Station. This is when it was out of the little store in Chinatown. So it was a small bus. Anybody who's listening, that chime in if you remember when the phone wire was the little ass buses going down to Canal Street. So I get down there, whatever, I go do my thing, and I get there, and there's a bunch of rappers there, and it's like, I guess it's White Rapper Day, so I was like, all right, this is White Rapper Day. So I get in there, and I see these dudes, and I'm not gonna lie to you, like, those things they show on TV, cast them, like everybody waiting in the hallways, that shit is real. A bunch of people in the hallway. And every single one of these dudes, DL, this is my word, is sitting there, like, acting like tough rappers, like, yeah, I'm gonna spit like this, and I'm like, okay, blah, 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 we're gonna do this. And I'm in there like, hey, what's up, buddy? How you doing? Like, just 19, 20-year-old kid. So I walk in, and she goes, all right, so rap. And I was like, okay. So I guess everybody's spitting verses, and I looked at the lady who was casting. Now, this is the first steps. And I was like, point to 4 things. So she pointed 4 things, and I rapped about them, right? And the reason why I got the commercial is after I was done, and while I was rapping, I smiled. So I got these motherfuckers in the fucking front room acting like fucking they're ready to punch somebody in the face because they're fucking. This is like Eminem first coming out days, so like every white rapper was like, I'm gonna be tough as fuck.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm like, oh, I made you laugh. Look at your desk. Hey, chick, nice bra. Look at them breasts. Like I was just being an idiot, smiling. And then she was like, oh my God,
Mind your manners.
So then I'm like, yo, I didn't get it. So I had to leave New York. I come home. And within 24 hours, Rocky calls me, and he was agenting me in New York for stuff, and he's like, yo, they want you to come back down, like, you got the commercial. And I'm like, what?
They
like they like the fact you smiled. So then, I had to shoot it the next week, so I got back on the Fung Wah, word to Fung Wah.
Fung Wah was good luck.
I got back on the Fung Wah. Fung Wah was my shit, because I could go to New York, party all night, get wasted, and then just sleep the whole ride home, go to work.
And it was cheap.
Yeah, it was cheap. It was $10 back then.
Yeah, exactly.
So then I go down and shoot it, and it was a full day of shooting. And the dude's his nickname was Echo, the dude who shot the commercial. And he shot me down on first. And then we were in a bunch of places, and it was so cool. And like,
did he shoot it?
I was the only person in the commercial that got to go to the advertisement agency. They brought me upstairs, showed me everything. I went to the roof, possibly smoked with the dude on the roof. It was a really cool day.
Mind your manners, allegedly.
And then I don't hear shit. I hear nothing. Like, I shot this commercial, and I'm a member of SAG because I signed a contract, so I get the SAG contract.
Oh, no shit.
Because I produced and did. So I did 2 commercials when I was down, and the other one didn't get aired all the time. But the crazy thing is then all of a sudden, like, I'm sitting at home, and my cousin Brian, shout out to him, he produced
shout out to Brian.
He does all the shit in LA. He's like in the scene out there. But he called me and he's like, bro, I'm in Colorado watching The Simpsons, and your ugly ass face just came on my TV.
Damn.
Oh, shit. It was released.
Damn. If you're watching now in the Mind Your Manners podcast, what he just said, somewhere after I watch it again, I'll decide later, will be an answer to win something on our next Simpsons episode.
And I was like, yo, what the fuck? And I was like, oh, word. And then, like, shout out to my parents. All 3 of y'all met my parents. My parents never saw it, and the crazy thing was after 2 weeks, I went to the house one day randomly, and it came on when I was there. So that was kind of a cool thing because I was always a fuck up anyway. So I was like, hey, look, I'm not a fuck up on TV. But it was crazy. It was crazy. It was nuts. And like, the shout out to Rocky Lamonte, man, he made it happen, and I just kept getting checks. Like that commercial shit is no joke.
Yeah.
Like, them motherfuckers just send you checks. I'm sitting there like, shout out to Rex, and he was living with me at the time, and I think I spent all my money on like brand new pairs of socks and liquor.
That's all you need in life. Socks and liquor.
At that age?
Socks and a lot of liquor.
So
at that age, yes, because you can just keep using underwear, turning them inside out.
Let us know in the chat. We're gonna do a giveaway right now. Joe, grab something off there. We gave that bong away already, right?
Yes. Mind your manners.
You giving that art piece away?
Which one?
The blunt piece? Is that a giveaway?
Yeah, sure.
All right, because we tried to give it away last week and no one got the
Give it
correct
away,
answer.
give it away, give it away now. All right, let's see,
Unless you
guys.
break it.
We are giving this away tonight in the next 2 minutes on the Mind Your Manners podcast. Just hit like. Please subscribe. Please share with your friends. Indo Joe made this fucking thing.
Yeah,
the
DL's
bell.
gonna come up with a question.
This is made up out of clay, right, Joe? Modeling
Yes.
clay?
Sculpting clay.
Sculpting clay. They got little buds. That's a blunt. Smoking a blunt.
Holding a bud.
Holding a bud. Bunch of buds.
Giving you the finger, wearing Adidas.
That's a perfect fucking...
Perfect homage.
Adidas fucking tie
Oh yeah,
everything
there you
in.
go.
Homage.
Adidas tie
to
everything
Got the
in.
Dutch Master box.
Got the
He's
Dutch Master.
bumping the beatbox.
Bumping the beatbox. Boom. The question is on the Mind Your Manners podcast: what is Alias's name on the Weekend Warriors?
Oh.
We
You
also
already get that?
No,
that was a
Weekend
sea,
Warriors.
That was a Sea of Green.
We said sea of green before.
Oh, Weekend Warriors.
Yeah, we already.
What is it?
We said it too. We said it.
So we're gonna give that away right now. We have a bunch of giveaways tonight, but
Someone
we're gonna give that away right now. Someone already won this, right?
Someone already
won the
made a
bomb.
D-Dub
yeah,
reference,
yeah.
so I think we have fans in the chat.
What happened?
I said someone had already made a D-Dub, not a D-Dub,
Yo, you want to know what's
marijuana
BB
affects the
One of those-
brain.
BB Dub.
Yo,
BB Dub.
Yo, one of the other commercials on that campaign was that kid Ruffalo, or whatever the fuck his name was from the Peter Pan movie.
Mark-
He did
Bruce Buffalo.
Mark Ruffalo.
Ruffalo, whatever the fuck his name was, dog.
Oh my
I don't know his
god.
fucking name, but he was
I don't
the
wanna
Peter
Yeah,
say it.
Rufio.
I don't want to
Rufio.
say it.
It was Rufio and Hook.
I don't want to
Hook.
say it.
His name was, yo, I got Rufio, dog. His name was Rufio.
So what other rappers can you think of? All right, rest in peace, Freaky Ty. I just want to reference some of
Big
the
L, man.
some of the people who are the forgotten ones.
I mean, Big Pun's murder was solved right away. They figured out it was his cholesterol.
Mind your manners.
Mind Your Manners. You're watching the Mind Your Manners podcast, and we just
not
lost
nice.
12 fans.
Not nice.
No, Big Pun's a goat. He's up in here somewhere. I don't know if you guys
He
can
is.
see him. You can see
Better
his face
respect.
actually.
I paint him all the time.
Right up
I'm just
there.
making a joke.
Yeah, right
I
up there. Don't get
know.
triggered. Don't get triggered in the Mind Your Manners
It's
podcast
true.
world. But that was hilarious.
Let's
Did
be
I
laughing.
read a post. I read an article that said that comic jokes are going to be considered. You're a racist. You're a bigot.
Oh my god.
Bigot.
Oh, dude.
Like,
Not
com-
even.
I can't.
I'm just like, come on, man, it's jokes.
I can't.
I'm
You know
gonna
what?
move to
Cancer
Hawaii.
culture needs to meet-
Hawaii is still
Cancer
America.
culture needs to shut the fuck up culture. They need to meet the shut the fuck up culture. They'll realize in 10 years from now when they're like, oh my god, somebody called my kid stupid. And I feel so bad for him when your kid fucking goes up in a fucking fetal position because somebody calls him stupid. Somebody calls my kid stupid, they're getting busy.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
Fuck all that shit.
Mind your
Alright,
manners.
So moving on from
Mind
Freaky.
your fucking manners.
Moving-
And listen, I'm very culturally sensitive, but I'm not sensitive to motherfuckers looking for reasons to cry. Like
Moving-
what Michael Jordan did.
Moving on from Freaky Ta. I have some more on here, but what are some of the ones? What?
Who?
Who?
I'm stupid. I don't know. I'm who else? So you have Biggie, Pac, Big L, Freaky Ty, Jam Master Jay. Who else was murdered?
A lot of people.
What about Nipsey Hussle?
Well, we got the. Do we want to talk about who?
Yeah, Nipsey Hussle, but they know who his murderer was.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
happened, like-
Yeah,
That's-
that was.
That
Oh,
was,
that's
that was
true.
tragic, yo.
That was.
Because that
yeah.
thing, yo, that dude speaks some real shit. He was a shining star, not even in music. Like that dude was very mindful and shit, man.
Here's-
That dude was special.
Here's one that I don't know. I don't know the answer to this. Do they know who killed Mac Dre? Because that's a big one out west. People love Mac Dre, you know.
Nah.
Do you know if that's an unsolved one or not? No, I think it isn't. That one isn't. That one is solved. I feel.
Yeah,
sure.
the Freaky Ty one's not solved. They got two people, but they got acquitted. So if they got acquitted, that means they're still out there.
What about XXXXXXXXX?
That's what I was just. Yo, so I'm sitting here with my 15-year-old, and I was like, XXX, right? He's like, yeah, he got shot up.
But is it solved?
Say what up to podcast. Say what up to podcast.
Oh my God, we have.
Oh my God! Mind your manners.
That's a man. That's a man.
Mind your manners.
Is his murder solved?
Xxxentacion, his murder solved. Yeah, they knew the guy who did it. Yeah.
XX
Well, I don't think it was solved. I think with that case, the person that they thought it was died a year later, wasn't it? And then
that homeboy tried to have sex with a chick with a grill brush. So if I call him extension cord, I don't give a fuck.
What? Mind your manners.
That was a fucked up dude.
I don't know what's going on.
Anybody who's mad at me, fine, that's fine. Don't get sad because people die. If I die tomorrow and I was a bad person, that doesn't mean I'm not a bad person because I died.
I'm trying to think.
I 100% agree that.
That's true.
See,
That motherfucker literally tried to have sex with a girl with a fucking wired grill brush.
Okay, mind your manners. And we're changing subjects.
You need a month. So besides Xxtentacion cord, who else is fucking? Who else?
Well,
what's a
certain people in my circle, not everybody, but certain people in my circle say that X1 was killed.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
You know, and that there was a lot of fishy things at the crime scene that would indicate that it wasn't a suicide or anything like that, which was, I believe, to be the official report.
Just from what, like, you just started working with him, like, you'd only been working with him for like a year, and like you guys were working on a lot of big things, and like when it was like a suicide, it just didn't make sense, dude.
Yeah, the whole thing was weird to me. Shout out to X1. Sorry it's so wrinkled, but
I still got mine too.
Yeah. Shout out to X1. You can't really even see it. I gotta fold it a little better. But this was my guy right here. If you ever listen to my music and my beats that I've made recently in the last few years, they all start with a vocal tag. Scritchy, scratchy, scratchy, Mr. DL, and that's X1. I put him on my thing because as my tag because I thought he was being forgotten, written off when they do all these things. Oh, rest in peace, this guy. Man, no one's talking about this guy. This guy had bars. This guy was sick.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And nobody was talking about him. So I was like, even though it's just Mr. DL, Scritchy, Scratchy, Scratchy vocal tag, it's still on a lot of pretty big records as far as, you know, I got fucking Benny the Butcher song and Mr. DL, Conway song, Mr. DL. You know what I mean? His voice, even though if you don't even know who it is, his voice is living on through new songs.
That's a nice way to play an homage.
And another,
homage, that's a good word, homage.
And another thing is,
speak two languages. Come on.
Before he died, I had
expand your mind your manners.
Before he died, I had done songs with him, and I still have 2 unreleased songs that I never put out with me and him that I have, and he says my name on them and everything, but I don't know this to be a fact, but I always thought he was the guy in the back. And I believe he is because he actually is the guy in the back.
Yeah, he's got to.
Way in the back there's a guy. There's Sticky Fingaz.
Like the unofficial, fourth member of the group.
It is him in the back, obviously. Yeah. But so I just wanted to say this. I wrote him on my list just because I'm like, man, like he no one's saying he was murdered officially or anything, and I'm not saying it either. I'm just bringing up something that I've heard certain people say.
The circle.
And
the crazy thing is you could literally have a 2-hour podcast about the shy rap kids. All them kids in Chicago, the rappers out there. There's so many that have passed away out there.
Yeah, me and her went to Chicago, and we went to Humboldt Park, which I guess is a really bad part of Chicago. But we went there, and everything was fine. Everything was peaceful.
The three rappers died while you were there.
These papers.
Oh, my bad.
We
Mind
went.
your manners.
We went out there, and everything was peaceful. We went out there to see some graffiti. Remember that?
Yes, I do.
But Chicago's another level. We gotta do a whole episode on that.
Puerto Rican neighborhood.
But are there any deaths, murders that you can think of? Because are in the chat. Let us know that you think we didn't touch on it in hip hop.
What's this guy from down south?
Well, I think technically, I think Ja Rule's a zombie because 50 Cent murdered him.
Soulja Slim.
Soulja Slim, right?
Ja Rule.
Soulja Slim.
Because 50 Cent murdered him.
That's hilarious. Soulja Slim, Scott LaRock, those are deaths I don't know too much about.
Yeah.
I know they died, but I don't know too much about it.
Did Bun B?
Mind your manners.
Trouble T. Roy.
No.
Bun B. Bun B still alive.
No.
Oh, Pimp C.
Right.
Jesus.
I don't know what it was.
Sorry, Bun B. Thinking about Pimp C.
But yeah, you guys, I just want everyone.
Pachia.
Mind your manners.
Sticky Fingaz was on here earlier tonight, and he never talks about like Jam Master Jay's case, and he talked a little bit about it tonight. We got shut off while he was doing it, but we'll see once we're not live, what I can piece together, and we'll reload this whole episode
Check it out.
one piece back onto YouTube tomorrow, so you guys can watch the whole Sticky Fingers thing. Because if you're watching on YouTube and you might have missed something,
You might have missed something.
You can always check it out tomorrow.
Did anybody win?
But I don't know. I don't have a chat in front of me.
Oh, let's check the
Tanya's
chat.
on the chat. What was the question? I forget.
What was Alias's name?
Yeah, what was Alias's name in the Weekend Warriors?
Warriors.
And you're gonna win. What were we gonna win?
The blunt guy.
The blunt guy.
Yo,
Can you twist that, babe?
yo, Tanya, I've been peeping your shoulder the whole episode.
I'm sorry.
You
I
working
got a
out?
nice shoulder.
You
Don't be
working out?
hating. Yeah, I be
No, you
working out.
girl.
I be
Alright.
working
That's what I'm saying.
out.
You been working out. Ain't a bad shoulder. Ain't a bad shoulder.
Just put a little
I'm
nipple on there. I'd
I'm
be
trying
all
to see
excited.
what's going on in terms
So-
of.
We're gonna do another dab and hold it in and do a shot. But circling back to the Jam Master J thing, Tanya, what do you think's gonna happen? Do you think that if they waited this long, they have an ironclad case that that is like not gonna fall through?
They were saying that when the DA comes after you, like the I think it's like the feds, right? Because
FBI.
it's also a drug charge
feds, yeah.
involved. They only come after you because when they know that they're gonna win.
They have a 90% success rate.
And
98.
and
98%. You gotta do 85% of your time.
and the whole thing is that after all this time, they're not coming after people with just we think we could get them this time. If they waited all this time, it's because they gonna come get you.
They got some.
They gonna come get you. And I was listening to the hip hop cop. I think his name is like Richard Darson, or I forgot what his name was. No, Richard
cares? He's a
Dickerson.
Whatever his name is. Fuck him.
Anyway,
He's a cop, who cares?
he's the guy that like traveled to like LA and Vegas when all these things were happening, because in New York they had actually had like a hip hop task force for when crime happened. Believe it or not.
Hip hop.
So he knew a lot of the artists.
Hip hop and
but
Alias.
it's crazy how. Mind you, man, I forgot my train of thought.
Marijuana affects memory.
Damn.
That's happened to all of us tonight. One,
Oh.
2, 3. Happened to DL first, then me, and then Tanya.
No.
Wow, we smoked
and
way
it
too
was a
much
good
pot,
trade.
dude.
It was a good
And
thought.
Joe,
But
when you forgot, you were like, yeah, and then you were like, yeah, nah, I don't.
Hey, but I remembered pretty quick.
That's what happens. You smoke weed, and you was like, yeah, I don't.
I gave up.
that's
I
how
gave
you
up.
learn. You learn
If
when
you're
you
watching-
can and when you can't smoke weed.
If you're watching right now, I hope you
happens.
click like. Tomorrow,
Subscribe, hit the notification.
we're going to reload this episode so you can watch it in full with the Sticky Fingers interview and all that. But we would really like you to go to our clip channel. It's a separate channel than what you're watching on right now. It's just for clips of the Mind Your Manners podcast. And
I hear clit every time.
Joe cannot
Clip.
get the clit out of his mind.
CLIP. Mind your manners.
But this channel right here, hold on. This channel right here has short clips. It has funny little short clips. It has little clips.
I remembered what I was gonna say.
Oh, so hold on. We'll bring it back to Chef Tanya Nicole. What are you gonna say?
I was gonna say that the hip hop cop said that this is just the beginning. That there's not just these two people that they're arresting. That there's gonna be multiple arrests because
Oh.
multiple people were involved. I don't know if you
Multiple?
had
Lot of fights getting
perjury or
Amen.
something's going
I
on.
graduated high school. I know how to
They's
multiply.
coming to get you. So if you
better sleep good tonight.
if you got a little skeleton in your closet, you better do something about it. Just saying.
You better put on clean drawers, because everybody knows when you go to jail, you better be out clean drawers.
Well, at least take a shower and stuff. Eat your favorite meal.
So you gotta go with dirty drawers. So if they go to go rape you and they pull your pants
Mind your
down,
manners.
they go, oh shit, they just see a shitty asshole. They don't want to go near a shitty all like rashy asshole. Like, shit, they're like, I don't want to go near that.
Maybe some people though, that look like scat porn's a real thing.
Oh,
So some people might like it. Mind your manners.
Scat
I'm
porn.
not even going to ask. Mind
Not either.
your manners.
Somebody somewhere is like, well, I have a friend who watches.
Do we have anybody win this?
Yeah, so they always have a friend. Just
They always
admit
have a
it.
friend.
It's you. It's not a
Think that would
friend.
work
It's
when people
you.
listen?
Wait, hold on. Hey Alexa, play Black Vagina Finder by Onyx.
Oh, you know me.
You think that'll work?
Man, I wonder if that works. Indo Joe just sent me that
Anybody
note
in
under
the
the
chat?
table.
Anybody in the chat? Did that work?
Indo Joe just sent me that note under the table like high school.
Do you like me? Yes or no?
So let's just do. I don't know. We can't think of anyone else that got killed in hip hop. You had some, babe. What were yours? Because I'm drawing a blank because I'm doing
I said
shots and
Nipsey
dabs.
Hussle, and we started to talk about him.
Nipsey Hussle, that was solved, but that was a big one to
what's
rap.
his name?
Where people were hating, they were like, "Oh, fucking, why is it so big?" Oh, Nipsey Hussle. I'm like, dude, this guy's having his funeral at the fucking Staples Center. It's a big deal. Trust
It's
me.
a big deal.
Yo, I just went back to your icon. What's up, Tanya's icon?
Nice. He wasn't murdered, but a lot of people were impacted when
Let's
Mac Miller
see.
died.
What about
Yeah,
we
that
talk
dude-
about Xxxtentacion
That was an
already?
ill dude, and the thing is with Nipsey Hussle too is it was a whole like he was really about to do the Dr. Sebi documentary.
Hold
and
on.
anybody connected with
Hold on.
all that, there's a whole.
Hold on.
He said, "Pause."
Hold on. There are fucking thousands of people on YouTube with fucking clips about this guy, this Dr. Sebi guy.
but not somebody who sold hundreds of thousands of records. Not Left Eye Lopez. None of that shit.
He said,
Listen, Johnny from down the street, it just told me what the fucking Illuminati was on YouTube. Doesn't mean anybody's listening. But he was really about to do, like, literally, with Nick Cannon. There's a bunch of people that were about to do an actual one that had the backing to do it. I don't think that's what got him killed. I'm
Hold
not
on.
doing
Nick,
that. but I'm
Nick
just
Cannon,
saying,
Nick Cannon lost his job too.
He had a lot of accomplishments, just more than
Look
rap.
what happened.
He accomplished more than rap.
Yeah, this joint has a sad part in it. It has a little flappy flap.
"Oh, the
So-
What I'm
chat
saying is-
talk
You
about
have to
him."
fix that if you can, but if not, just worry
He
about
was he was
see it,
expanding his mind beyond rap and expanding who he was beyond rap, and that's why he ain't giving back to his community, and that's why I feel like it hurt. Listen, I'm not gonna lie to you, like DL, you know me. I've never been like, "Yo, D, you heard the new Nipsey Hussle?" In my life, I've never said that, and I've known you for 10 years.
Yeah.
But I understand why it affected people,
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
and just like Tanya's icons affected me. I feel like I'm at like the uncle.
Mind your manners.
Why did I get icons?
We're showing
Go back.
we're showing a picture of
Work a little
Nipsey
better.
Hussle. It's not all about you, Mr. Alias.
Who else you got?
I thought I got icon because you got embarrassed by your shoulder muscle.
Wait, so hold on. Don't switch from him yet. So, like, yeah, the people are talking about, oh, Dr. Sebi. Could it just be a guy who glorified gang life got killed by a guy that glorified gang life?
Maybe but he was trying to get out of it and give it back to his community, from my understanding. But I don't know.
Was he still throwing gang signs on Instagram? I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm curious. Like,
I don't know.
I don't know how it
But
works.
the thing is,
That's the only
He
gang
was-
sign I use.
you can be gang life and all that, but he started to go on to his next chapter, and I believe that everybody can grow and have growth. And I felt
Yeah,
like he
100%.
died when he was. I felt like he died when he was going through when he was in a great chapter of his growth, and that's why I think it affected people. Like I
Yeah.
said, bro, I'm not a Nipsey Hussle fan. Like before he died, I listened to his music more after he died than when he died.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that, but saying like the tragedy of him is he died at a certain time when his positivity was blossoming, no matter what he did in the past.
Yeah, for sure. He was on his
Can
way to
acknowledge
changing. He was trying
And
to
that
change.
sucks.
Yeah,
And that sucks.
that does suck. See, he was one of the few people that took his fame and his money and was like, "I'm gonna change my community. I'm gonna bring my people up, elevate my people up, instead of staying, down."
Yeah.
Like he opened a store in the hood, dude. You
Jam
know what I
Master
mean?
Jay.
Like
Jam Master Jay,
most
another
people
story,
leave
you know?
the hood, dude. You know what I mean? Like he was trying to keep.
But here's the other thing is, let's bring it back to Tupac. And I'm not challenging people, but this is literally an information-seeking question. Can anybody tell me the directions to Tupac's community center?
I have no
Can
idea.
anybody give me the ways to get to Tupac's community center?
Nope.
Nah.
Tupac said revolutionary shit on albums. Yeah,
Yeah,
granted.
yeah.
But there's plenty of other people who said revolutionary shit that are walking it on albums as well.
Yeah, for sure.
But that's why I think Nipsey Hussle was a little bit different. Because there's no store like Tupac, and maybe I'm wrong, and people go against me, oh, Illuminati, I love Tupac, because people will vibe with Tupac like it's their cousin that lived with them for their whole life, that don't even know them. But the thing is
Third
let
cousin.
me ask you something. What was he giving back? Words? Because there's a bunch of rappers giving back words.
Yeah.
That's why I think Nipsey Hussle was different for people, and that's why like the vigils were huge. Like Biggie gave hope to Brooklyn.
Yeah, for sure.
That's why his fucking thing went through Brooklyn, and it was crazy. But Dave Chappelle said it. I was in the club with Tupac. He did some dark shit. Everybody who's talked about Tupac has said he's done some dark shit. I don't know him. I'm reporting what has been reported from people, not just media, people like Dave Chappelle. But Nipsey Hussle, I think it was different, man. I think he was at a beautiful blossoming chapter in his life.
Yeah, well, I just want to say something. Like everything that we've all been saying tonight, me, Indo Joe, Chef Tanya, Alias, Sticky Fingers, this is all stuff that, we just heard, or,
it's our opinion.
Like, second, maybe third hand in some of these cases. You know what I'm saying? So we don't have the facts. We don't know. That's why we wanted to say, like, everyone's innocent until proven guilty. But it looks like that's the guy. But we just wanted to not get sued. That was it.
But it's true. Like, just like anything else, it starts with one story, and then you get more information, and the story changes, and your opinion may change. But that's like your first or your initial reaction.
Well, no, and the thing is we can have our speculations and like assumptions and perspectives, but perspectives aren't facts. So if people believe that us talking is, that's really what happened, then you're fucking stupid. Go read the fucking book.
Exactly.
Like,
who's next on the list as far as
well, dude, I remember. I meant to bring this up earlier. I remember when Big L got killed. Like, I just became a fan of Big L. Like, I remember hearing some DITC shit, but I was more of a Fat Joe fan, so I didn't really pay attention to Big L. But then, like, I just started listening. I just started listening to some Big L shit. And then he got murdered, and I was like, what the fuck, dude? And then they dropped that last album there. What is it, The Big Picture? I can't remember the name of it, yeah. But Primo was all over that album. But, like, that album was just like, oh my god. See, like he was saying, like, he got 2 minutes. If they had fucking 5 minutes, he was getting 2. You know what I mean? Big L killed that shit. I know I know it wasn't a real freestyle, but that shit at the it was called like Freestyle 95 or something on his
You're running with boys, I'm running with men. I'll give the mic till I'm 110.
Dude. Ask Beavis, I get nothing but head. That shit blew my mind. I was like, this guy, my God.
He also had the "You ain't shit, your mother should have swallowed you" rhyme. That was big back
dude.
then.
Oh my God.
You ain't shit, your mother should have.
And at the end, they're like, did somebody say he was tired? Because the whole time he's like, I'm tired. I'm kind of tired.
Shout out to Ashley Valentine, by the way, our sponsor for tonight. One of our sponsors for tonight, Ashley Valentine. Go check her out. AshleyValentine.com. Ashley Valentine Shop on Instagram, right, babe?
That's correct. Ashley Valentine Shop or AshleyValentine.com for the clothing store. She makes handmade clothing just for you, baby.
If you were here last week watching the Mind Your Manners podcast, Chef Tanya Nicole is actually wearing a top tailor-made for you, right?
Yeah, it was hot pink. It was really
Is it called tailor-made when it's for a woman?
They're handmade.
Yeah, it's handmade and tailor-made. It's just personalized for your measurements.
I make hand job shirts.
Mind your manners. Mind your manners.
I think you're right, Dio. We don't know what happened to anybody. I only know what happens to people around me, so it's just speculation and opinion.
Unless they get charged with it, you can.
I think we spoke a lot. We spoke about Xxxtentacion.
Yeah, we don't know much about him. We don't know. We have to Google him.
XXX extension cord.
He was a Florida rapper. He was making money moves, like his songs. He had a song called "Sad" that got really popular, especially right after he passed away.
He held a girl against her will in a bathtub.
He has two color hairs.
This is the Brillo guy. This is why we moved past it quickly, because Sky had feelings about it, which I understand.
His hair looks like,
I'm just trying to get to the story. Maybe his karma came back to him, but
you ever had one of those black and white cookies?
He was getting money out the ATM. He was going to like a motorcycle shop or
black
like
and white cookies. They're it's like
motorcycle and
sugar
boat
cookie
shop
with a black chocolate and vanilla.
He had a bag full of money.
He had a Louis Vuitton bag full of money.
A black and white cookie?
And he got robbed at the
black
dealership.
Bomb,
For whoever wants to know, mind your manners.
What are you saying, man? We're all with that. At that point of the Mind Your Manners podcast, you rewind it to 20 seconds. All four of us were talking over each other.
Oh, you and me are talking about black and white cookies.
Yeah, what are you guys talking about?
Dudes shooting a video down the street, and they're the ones who got him.
Oh, yeah.
That's what he says.
Do one more shot and a down.
Sure.
No, that's like that because the dudes got caught.
Tell you know what a black and white cookie is, right?
Mind your manners.
No, it's a sugar cookie with chocolate frosting on half of it and vanilla frosting on the other half.
I
Black
have
and white
never
cookies.
seen that.
So Joe is saying
I
that.
have never
Let
seen
us know
that.
in the chat if you know
Half
what
chocolate
I know what an
frosting
Oreo is.
And half vanilla.
As soon as you say black and white cookie,
Did Joe say a sugar pumpkin?
Mind your manners.
See, I did a sugar
Wait,
blumpkin.
hold on. What season is Sugar Blumpkin? One?
Season 1.
Yeah, season 1.
Okay, tell them what a Sugar Blumpkin is, Joe.
Well, I did a sugar blumpkin. As soon as I felt pretty safe with the coronavirus. I was like, all right, it's time to do a sugar blumpkin. So I started banging this chick, and then I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go down on you, but let's go up on the toilet.
Mind your manners.
So she hopped on the toilet and started taking a shit, and while I was eating her out.
Mind your manners.
What a description. A
Sugar
blumpkin.
Sugar blumpkin. I just
Sugar pumpkin.
Oh my god. So who's next on that list?
This show has mature content.
So what's next on? Who's
oh
next
yeah,
on the list?
TBMA.
Please go to the next person.
Relax. Stop.
No, but I can't believe we never had a black and
Hello.
white cookie.
Excuse
man.
me.
We got him.
We spoke about Freaky Ty.
Does anybody talk
That's
in the
really
comments
it. We
black
spoke
and white
about Jam
cookies?
Master Jay.
That's it, like 9 times.
We spoke about Tupac.
We spoke about Tupac. I feel
Who's
like we're
that?
missing somebody.
Spoke about Biggie.
We talk about cholesterol.
That's all we had.
That's what I had on my end. Mind your manners.
Mind him.
All
What
I
about
know is
your
I got an
poster?
icon of Tanya staring at me like this.
What about your poster?
My poster?
The Mind Your
There's
Manners
a, like
poster.
like
What do we have on there?
there's a lot of people that died that weren't murdered. Like ODB, that sucked when he died.
Yeah, that was crazy when he died.
You know what I mean?
Because
Like,
everyone always talks about the 9, the 9, the 9. And the Wu-Tang, and then
and
boom.
just like
Now
he
it's
was
8.
my favorite. He was my favorite.
ODB, when he died, I was like, God damn.
God
like,
damn.
there's two people I really
Yeah.
felt when they died, ODB and Barry White. I was like, damn.
Yeah, dude. Like
Oh,
ODB.
back to the shoulder.
All right, so right now you're watching the Mind Your Manners podcast.
Mind your manners.
Every Thursday night, we're live with Alias, comedian, actor, rapper. You can see him in movies. You can see him in a Sprite commercial if you have a time machine.
Well, as usual, we'd like to thank our sponsor, Ashley Valentine.
Yes.
She makes homemade clothing just for your ladies, just for you, babe.
They are pretty sexy.
They are.
Yeah,
Every
yeah.
time Joe sees any of the ladies on the Instagram in one of her outfits,
Yeah.
he be drooling.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
especially likes when the ladies send in their personal pictures of them in the outfits once they get it.
Yes.
So, feel free to tag the Mind Your Manners
That
podcast.
Instagram is.
If you heard about Ashley Valentine from us, order from her. You can go to her website at ashleyvalentine.com, or you can find her on Instagram at Ashley Valentine Shop. And like I said, it's like really bright, beautiful, colorful patterns, really just sexy, just women in their natural form. I mean, how can we complain about this, right? So Ashley Valentine, one of our sponsors, and also show the people here our Kings and Pharaohs in the background.
Kings and Pharaohs, dope sponsor.
That is male clothing, but I would like to say that, ladies, you will be stealing your man's t-shirt. So that's one of the hats, Pharaohs, black, what is it? Black and yellow? Black and yellow.
Well, there's
kind of like how we
there's
rock
more
it
of a
today, black and
more of
yellow.
a Patriots colors up there today.
Yeah, but Joe was showing the black and yellow. But we also have samples of their hats here. Very
Got some.
nice. Very, very nice. But yeah, I mean, Kings and Pharaohs, the clothing is really plush. I personally love the feel of it. It's like really, really, really soft t-shirts. And if you're like me, who you like to steal your man's t-shirts to wear in the bed, or at least, the first 10 minutes anyway.
That's funny.
Oh, you're gonna like it. I like the logos, and also, if you happen to notice, Kings and Pharaohs is actually Biggie's resemblance.